frustrated. I listened to the state governor that says yes, people have the right to protest, but the only thing that they are not happy is people destruction happen, and we saw quite a amount of destructions literally happen in Ibadan, and, which is something that we condone as well. But again, the reason why people are frustrated is nothing more than the fact that they can't have access to their money. They have the money, and they still can't have access to it. So it's becoming a little bit frustrated. The president actually spoke that there will be changes. Remember that we now have just literally 4 more days before the final part of the bringing back your old currency to get the new one. I can also confirm that there's a lot of sabotage. And why do I say that? Most of the investigation that has been going on presently as well indicate that the money are kept in the bank and they are not loaded into the ATM, or they are not being disbursed right into Nigerians that wanted to have access to that money. And why is it that money that is meant to be in circulation is not coming out? All this is a lot of bringing pressure. And does it mean that there's a sabotage in the system because of the election, which is now a countdown? All this is something, but like I said, the current situation is not changing in Ibadan. Likewise, it's not changing in any other part of the country as well.
Well, listeners, if you are facing any challenges when it comes to insecurity and now the scarcity of the new Naira notes, and that's causing people to actually demonstrate and do all sorts, then what do you think? But don't you think that if the government comes out to say that, look, guys, instead of the 4 days left for this new Naira note to the only notes that are supposed to go in, be in circulation, we are going to extend it for another month to ease the pressure.
Well, that's the question. I mean, the governor of Central Bank has been very, very adamant. I heard him speaking that they're not going to make any more extension, and it seems that they are literally far away from reality. I mean, people can't get access to the money, and the situation is not changing anytime soon. Are they going to get more money printed that would then make availability? Is something that we would have to wait and see. But I can tell you that the government, maybe I heard you talking about the House of Reps saying that they might reconvene because of the current situation that is going on in Nigeria right now. Will that bring any changes? Remember that Emefiele was called so many times, he refused, to come into discussion with the House of Reps until he was able to bow down, later on. Is it going to make any changes to extend it? Remember that election is getting closer. There is just too much pressure going on. And those that are facing the brunt of these are the average Nigerians that are becoming frustrated with these APC government that have literally failed them in terms of economy, security, jobs, and likewise, so many of them now are concerned that the little that they have, the government is not allowing them to have access to it. I mean, where in the world will you have money in your bank account and you are told that the little you can get is not even able to buy the family meal? This is a situation that people are facing presently, but the government is still adamant without any reason to change that anytime soon.
You think that there was a ploy by the government just to take people's money? Because it looks like if I said, okay, look, the country is using, or the country has 10 billion, let's say, for example, 10 billion naira in circulation. We say we want to replace that money. So we cooperate 10 billion naira. So how come now you're saying that people can't get their money? If you go to the banks, the 20,000 that they want living cash, they can't get that. So what is the government trying to do? What explanation are they giving?
Well, the government seems to be far away from reality. And the reason why the government is far away from the reality is the fact that, the situation should have been much better. I mean, there's not a reason that we can't change our money. I mean, if we believe that there's an issue security-wise, or probably maybe people are harboring the money. And I mean, I saw somebody return back a money that was printed in 2010. That was about 13 years ago. I'm not sure why they were keeping such, and it's still very, very mint. And now those that wants to get money are now getting a very, very bad currency. I mean, I'm talking about people getting 50 kobo. People are now being given coins, in the bank. And you wonder, I mean, I go to the bank, imagine I go to the bank now and I need 20,000 naira, and I'm getting out of that 20,000 about 10,000 of £1 coins. And I mean, am I going to be giving that to as many people before I get home, because the weight of that alone? And I also saw 50 naira, a very, very bad 50 naira note. So the question is, why is the government not trying to bow down to make an extension that will be better for Nigerians? Is this going to have impact on the election? Remember that we have been concerned that is there going to be an election in Nigeria? With the current situation of things, even if the election is going to go ahead as been planned, there is probability that something is going to lead to something, because I can confirm that the American warship, even though they're saying that they are there for a security and the water territory between the government, has already arrived in Nigeria.
Interesting. Listen to Starr RadioUK 1125. Myself on the Naira, we have the spiritual director, Catholic Adoration Chaplaincy, Enugu, Reverend Father Etienne Baka, has warned that the current Naira crisis will mark the forthcoming election if not addressed immediately. Let me add another story to it, and then I will allow you. The Naira scarcity, the PDP is accusing Tinubu and the FPC of robbing up cash for vote buying. So they think that is the fraud, that is the conspiracy theory that they are playing that, so that now they will come with the money. So you vote for us, come give you some money. Is that how real or how true is that statement?
Well, Atiku is playing, to the current situation, which is going to be an advantage for them. I mean, they are in the opposition, so whatever is happening presently right now, it's going to favor Atiku. It might not favor Tinubu, even though Tinubu is also upset, with his own government. I mean, so are we in a situation where somebody wants to change the narrative, and the only way they can change the narrative is, remember, the election in Africa is all about who has the highest number of currency, and we do know that both of them have currency. Even though PDP is not in the power, but in their state they still have some of their governors that are also running on behalf of them. But the APC is in the power. Buhari seems to be saying that there will not be any corruption in this particular election that is coming. Is going to be free and fair, and people should just go and decide who they want to vote for, regardless of whether Buhari is a member of the APC. But the PDP is becoming more concerned that there is a skepticism that they are trying to use the Naira to also disrupt, the upcoming election, which is now almost less than 24 days from today. And you were talking about Father Mbaka. Father Mbaka is a very, within Nigeria, is not new to Nigeria. Buhari actually visited him during the campaign in 2015 until, he realized that Buhari has also deceived as many people, just as, he has deceived a lot of Nigerians. So, and the reason why Father Mbaka is crying out loud is three things. He's also concerned about the spark of things between the Biafra, and while Nnamdi Kanu is still being held, in the custody of the DSS. So he's very, very concerned, Father Mbaka. And like I said, Buhari visited him. So Father Mbaka has actually blasted, President Muhammadu Buhari, saying Nigerians are suffering under his watch. The spiritual director of the Adoration Ministry, Reverend Ejike Mbaka, has berated President Muhammadu Buhari following the current Archie posed by the Naira redesign policy by the central bank. He was actually returning Mbaka after 8 months. He stayed outside the state. There were also jubilation that is coming back into Enugu State. He's well loved, but it seems the governor and the political parties, of the APC does not love him, but they love him when he was entertaining President Muhammadu Buhari during the campaign trail. And this is what the politician does. As the election is coming, they go to the mosque, they go to the church. I'm not sure they do visit a lot of spiritual center, but I mean, in terms of our tradition, but we do know that they visit our royal kings either from the south to the north to the middle belt. But as it is right now, Father Mbaka says People, Nigerians are suffering. People will suffer to take their money, and there is a country. And tomorrow you will say, Father Mbaka says, why do you force me to say something? I am giving both the president and the CBN a mandate from heaven. If they don't want to act immediately and stop this self-imposed wicked suffering on the people, they will suffer as well.
Well, they will suffer as well. Let's say Okomolero. Okay, I'm about to must be again. Yeah, good morning to you. I'm doing very, very well as well. This was Starr RadioUK. 11:29 the time. We'll move on to some other stories. But still, the naira is not going down. It's still relative. It's scared. They're making a lot of noise. We have the Koiki and Zamfara government dragging the federal government to court against the CBN, saying that hey, that measure that you are taking that people can withdraw the 20,000 and the end day for the exchange of the bringing in the old naira. They think they are going to challenge the federal government in court. But we know a lot of times that the federal government have been taken to court. They've been the court ruling and they got ahead with example of the DSS. Dr. Sunday IGBOHO's property one was told to pay. Another one pertaining to Martin Namikano's issue. So what are they actually going to do?
Well, it's good when we hear such that we are taking the federal government to court or somebody is taking. Yes, Kaduna, Kogi State, Zamfara government have now dragged the federal government to the Supreme Court. It's not going to bring any outcome. I mean, it's not the first time that we are seeing such court action. This government even is not listening to the United Nations or the humanitarian for the kidnapping and the rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as we do know that even though he has been acquitted. So I mean, it's just that the state government are worried by the effect, just as a lot of Nigerians, by the central bank naira redesign policy that is having on the resident of the state. I mean, let me say this. Nigerians use quite a lot of cash. So it's not like the UK, it's not like the American, the Asian, the European countries where, I mean, I hardly say pounds anymore, because most of the transaction I did over the weekend, I did not touch a pound. I mean, I was literally using my card system. And I was, listening to reading an article by Kayode Mola, one of the Yoruba Nation think tank, that wrote that, Nigeria has done very well, ahead of UK in terms of we are not using the UK system or the Visa or the MasterCard. We have our own system known as Verva, which has been running, and if I'm going to transfer money from Nigeria between my account, there's so much security. But the problem is we do not have the structure to put back the remaining part, which would have been, having the access to the ATM like we have. And the reason why is, guess what? We do not have electricity to go around the whole country to put that in place. So that is why people are using what is known as the POS. So POS is just like, a system where it has been designed. You can go in there, get the money. But it seems that there's kind of another sabotage that has been going on. So if I'm going to, withdraw, it wasn't up to that amount, but if I'm taking out 5,000 naira, you're ready to pay at least 1,200 naira on top of that. So somebody is also making money. And that is why when I was looking at some of the ATM machine, imagine they still have the wrap of the new currency in there. So somebody outside is frustrated trying to get the money out. I was listening to a particular actor, and he says that his bank has been debited from 3 different banks 4 times. Money has been withdrawn from their account. I mean, money has been debited, but he has not been able to withdraw the money. So he ended up going back again to POS.
Wow, I think it's a proper time for the bankers as well. They've been making lots of money, somebody said, come, bank draw, I think you bring 1,000, you bring 2,000, I give you 1,000. Well. Listeners, Starr RadioUK. Let me tell the time. We'll go back to Yomi for the rest of the story. We knew that last week they were saying that there were some people in Asarok who are trying to put, as I would say, Koko, the presidential candidate of the APC, the president's wife has been named as one of them. Yomi, how true is that?
Well, the only person that we can say that is Najatu Muhammad. She's the same person that told us that Tinubu is not fit And likewise, when we talk about this particular person, she was close with the APC, not now, but she has been close during the period of when APC, President Muhammadu Buhari, she was part of those that brought Buhari in, but she realized, for those that might not know who is who, Najatu Mohammed is on the left-hand side on the screen, while President Muhammadu Buhari's wife, she's becoming big, according to, a Twitter handle that eventually... So, President Muhammadu Buhari's wife lives in Dubai. We're not sure why she's running away from Asura, but it looks like, according to Najatu Mohammed this morning, Aisha Buhari, part of the Asura Kabaz. According to the former director in the All Progressive Congress Presidential Council, Najatu Mohammed has said that the First Lady, Aisha Muhammadu Buhari, is part of the Kaaba in Asura. This follows the statement made by the governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, that some Asura Kabas were working to frustrate the victory of the APC presidential candidate of Bola Tinubu in the forthcoming election. She actually saying this morning while featuring one of the program breakfast show in Nigeria this morning. Mohammed said, unlike El-Rufai, she was not afraid to mention names.
Wow. Well, and then the mention, and let's see what happened. There's food. But it's not coming away from Starr RadioUK. It is your favorite African Caribbean radio station. We go to Yomi for the rest of the story. That's how about you, Yomi?
Well, as the campaign continue, for the self-determination, more people are using whatever they have in terms of education. Think Tank Yoruba Force, is having again a clubhouse section, civilization, effect of the superior weaponry of conquest and colonization and preservation. I was able to visit, the same location where the arrangement that led to the independence of the Nigeria in 1960, known as the Lancaster House. It was the London conference that gave us independence in 1960, where meetings were held, by the late, Saldana, Azikiwe, and Obafemi Awolowo. But the structure that we have in Nigeria now has been destabilized. We're not even into the regional government. And as of today, more Nigerians are now asking questions around these, Nigeria that we know today. More Nigerians believe that, chasing away the bad leaders will give us the new Nigeria, and that will eventually support, this agitation to die down a little bit. The agitation is not dying down. More people are asking questions around the agitation itself. But today, we can say that, according to, news coming out, Simon Ekpa, the spokesperson for the Biafra liberation has crashed the Naira, crashed the oil, and both are now scarce. You use Naira to buy Naira. There is no fuel. We are tightening the knot more. By the middle of this month, you will all be out in the street and make job easier. Mark my word. There's also, the other headline that we can now go into as we have fast time spent. We talk about education in Nigeria. Education, I was waking up a little bit early this morning, especially after the news of the Turkey earthquake, and we pray for those that have lost their minds, that have lost their families, and a lot of people have lost different things as well. But this is not a joke. This is a classroom in a school in Nigeria today. It's not just in one particular local government. These are replicated across Nigeria because Nigerians government do not value education. So this morning, I'm just trying to pick that. Yes, overcrowded. And this is not any more than Abuja. If this is happening in Abuja, think about what is happening in Ekiti State, in Enugu, in Kaduna, in Zamfara. Overcrowded Abuja schools where people lean on bare floor, according to the story. Education Authority School in Zone 9, Lube, Abuja, where primary pupils close at 12 p.m. Guess what? To make room for the secondary people to resume. This is how things run in Nigeria. For the pupils at the local education authority school in Zone 9, Lube, Abuja, the future indeed holds little or no hope and promises of a better life. This is largely because the institution of learning has become the epitome of rot and neglect. Despite being located in the largest area council in Abuja, Abuja Municipal Area Council, the school has little to show in terms of infrastructure for its contribution to human capital development. The school, which is under the control of Abuja Municipal Area Council, is designed to cater to pupils in the primary and the post-primary school levels. However, pupils are left without desks to receive lessons, a lack of adequate teachers, and other basic amenities. Let me take us back to the presentation I was giving out at the early hours of this morning with South Korea. Tottenham was playing yesterday. I'm not a great football fan, but because we use that to make discussion in terms of the what sport can bring into society, not just helping the community. Because I remember Mark Duggan was killed, by the London Metropolitan Police in 2011. That led to a big riot, a total shutdown in Tottenham. 2 buildings were burned. Those buildings, I can confirm, has been brought on again. They are working. One of the buildings is used for business engagement in the community. While I was on the ground of the, outside the ground of the stadium yesterday, I met with 4 South Koreans that traveled all the way for the first time out of their country. They are in their 20s. And the reason? They were only here for a short period of the day, and they were also watching the football. And I did have an engagement with them. I did ask them, how do you feel, as a South Korean? And the most important thing that they came back with was that, they are safe in their country, and their country is a good one. The question now is, why are South Korean, become a very powerful nation today? Let me give you a bit of statistics with South Korea. South Korea is just under 55 million. They are almost about 1-point-something trillion when it comes to, the GDP. Their passport ranks at number 2 in the world. And that literally means that the problem that they faced in the 80s, where during the military era, and these are the South Koreans that we met on Sunday, they were actually telling me that the reason why they love their country is because it's safe, and the reason that again is because the country has gone through a lot. I was looking at, if they are in their 20s, they were literally born in 2003, but the reason why they were enjoying today is because some people push a lot to change the society. There was a massive protest. 165 people were killed, 3,000 were injured, so many people have been unfound. But today, because of the push in 1980, South Korea is now leading, when it comes to, the technology. And if you are talking about the fastest internet in the world today, you'll be talking about South Korea. So, the question is, Nigerians are now saying that they're tired of not having a good education system, and they would rather want a new person to come in, either Peter Obi or APC says, I'll get this one before I come back again to the studio. Tinubu says in Osun State that he will make sure that people spend 8 years in a university. I'm not sure whether any course will take you 8 years, even in medicine, but that is a narrative that you should be expecting when Tinubu becomes the president. Or when Atiku comes, Atiku says he's going to make a lot of changes. And this is why there is so much happening in Nigeria. So we're going to go straight to the social media before coming back in one go. So quite a lot is going on. Let's take you through some travel alert. Report, yes, it's quite right, at about 11 o'clock, which is just about an hour ago. Report of an ongoing protest this morning at the gate of University of Ibadan, Oyo State, following the fuel and the new Naira note scarcity. Also, incident alert, pandemonium in Kankara local government, Katsina, as notorious hoodlum Dankama led over, 500 men and attacked the resident of Yango village, killing over 91 people with others sustaining various injuries. This is a breaking news that is coming again. And imagine somebody was able to move 500 men, and you would think that we have a governor or a president. Also in Abuja, video that I have in front of me right now, where angry people, Nigerians that wants to have access to their money, have forced their way by breaking down the bank gates in Abuja. Nigeria is really going through a very, very rough time. This is Starr Radio UK. It is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Already, Aisha Buhari is trending on Twitter, and likewise, Katsina is trending as well. I'll come back to you now in the studio.
Wow, listeners. Omobolaji for the line saying that good morning, Mr. Koiki and Archie. God bless you. Omobolaji, God bless you too. Thank you very much for joining us. Plus, many of you who have joined us on the YouTube and on the Facebook platform, we salute you. You can listen to us via our apps as well. Go to your app, so whether it's iOS or Android, just download it. Just download Starr Radio UK, number for Starr Radio Global, and then you have us out there. Okay? Right. Thank you. But I mean, with everything that is happening, something from the southeast, they are talking about the fact that on the voting day, if there is going to be a voting day, there wouldn't be Senate vote. Those that go on election day, say it's IGBOHO. I don't know how that is going to pan out. Okay, so said the announcement yesterday announced there will be no Senate vote directly during the presidential and national assembly election later this month. Why?
Well, remember that there's a lot of propaganda being played again by the politician. The spokesperson for IPOB, Mazi Simon Ekpa, will not probably bring him on Wednesday to have a conversation with us. Already told us that dates have been issued to the Biafrans to be taken note of. I don't have those records, but we remember that I think those dates. And again, we have government agent that is also working against the Yoruba movement as well. So it is not new when we get these other infiltrated messages to distort the real message. The real message, from what we are aware of, and some of those dates that have been given out. Yes, I have them here. The 23rd of February, the 24th of February, the 25th, the 26th, the 27th, the 28th. Save those dates is what the spokesperson Mazi Simon Ekpa have talked about. So whoever is issuing another statement is just those that are against the movement, just as we have them as well in the Yoruba nation struggle that is currently going on as well.
Okay, so listeners, we brought that to your view so that you will be able to authenticate exactly what the right stuff is. It is Starr RadioUK. Before we go, I know that we are going beyond our time. Yes, before we go.
Well, this is the only place where you can get, all the latest news, the breaking news as well. As I hand over back again to Archie this morning, let us remind ourselves that, as much as there's a lot going on around the world, just as we're waking up in Turkey, there's also a lot going on here in the United Kingdom. But one thing is, for those at home, we will continue to make, our media right here on Starr RadioUK to highlight some of the problems that you are facing currently so that the international community can be aware. So do not touch the dial. Remember, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. But the only way you can enjoy this program is by downloading apps on the iOS and Android. I'll hand over now to Archie back in the studio.
Okay. Have a lovely day and then we'll catch up later.
Bye for now.
Well, listeners, it is Starr RadioUK. Mr. Olayomi HRH Linda update from Nigeria. It's now gone what? That's it.
Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí o, ẹ̀yin tí fans wa ní gbogbo àgbáyé, ẹ má bínú pé àtètè bẹ̀rẹ̀ Starr Radio yẹn. That's too much. Ẹ mọ̀ pé yára ẹ ṣe program títí dago 6. Azeez, gbogbo Miami, oníbàjẹ́ fún yín. Woto. A ní ẹ máa jáde níṣẹ́ èyí tẹ́ wà ń lé wàhálà ẹ̀. Gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ò lè pa gbogbo yín torí pé ìyà tẹ́ ń jẹ yẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Simon Adebisi, M25 is inevitable. There's a lot going on. Gunmen suspected to be terrorists attack a village in Plateau State on Sunday. Killed 3 persons, injured 3 lẹ́yìn sọ yìí. Mo rí fídíò kan tẹ́ pé àtẹ̀lé ṣó fídíò láíláí àwọn block wa ni. Ẹ bá lọ sórí page Simon Ekpa, ẹ rí fídíò ẹ níbẹ̀. Àgbáyé ẹ má bínú pa tètè bẹ̀rẹ̀. Mess up country. I want to change a bit of direction, so remember it our Instagram. We're just moving things around. Let's come to my face here. Remember, ẹ̀yà akọlọ̀ gbádùn eléyìí náà, bóyá bó ṣe ń gbádùn sìgá. Bá mi Ìgbòho ṣá, ìmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá, remember. Ẹ wo fídíò yìí, ẹ gbọ́ intan sọ nígbà yẹn. That was January 2021. That was when I traveled to Nigeria myself. Ẹ gbọ́ bí a ṣe ń sọ pé ẹ jẹ́ ká sowọ́pọ̀ ká fi wọ̀n ṣọ̀kan gbé. But at the end of the day, àwọn kan wá ń sọ nísìnyí pé Ìgbòho mọ̀ kankan ṣe mọ́. Àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? Ẹni kò mọ ẹni tí ń ṣe mọ́, ẹ̀yin lẹ mọ̀ ṣe. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ mọ̀ ṣe yẹn náà, ẹ máa tẹ̀síwájú kí gbogbo àjọ la Nàìjíríà mọ́lẹ̀, ìtò ṣe kókó jù nìyẹn. But ní wá fi Ìgbòho máa ta yín, káwa wá jókòó, káwa máa wò yín, kò possible. Àwọn ò ní accept yẹn. Àbọ̀rọ̀ mòye nísìn, ká tún gbọ́ sound ẹlẹ́ǹkan sí, mò ń bọ̀. Mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. This was Ìgangan ní January nígbà tí a lọ sí Ìgangan ní January. Everybody remembers. So as we always say, we want to be focused and we don't want to be distracted. So but a kọ̀ láti máa remind àwọn ẹlòmíì tí kò mọ bí tí journey yẹn ti ń bọ̀ bí ẹ kò darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lára bí ẹ̀wà wí ẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀. So these are, internet doesn't tell lies. And as you can see there, I'm going to go back again to ibi tá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀, ibi tá gbé ọ̀rọ̀ dé ní ìdájí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni last man standing ní Koiki Media. Ọmọ èmi lọ sílé nígbà yo. Nígbà ẹlòmíì inú bíbá ló ti rí pé Koiki wà nílé. But ìyẹn is another conversation. M25 definitely, or M1 is inevitable. Let's come back to our program a little bit. Ìgbàgbọ́. ti bẹ̀rù ká máa ṣiṣẹ́ ìṣọ̀kan ìkẹjẹ tẹ̀síwájú ọ̀pọ̀ ọmọ Oòduà ọ̀sìn ipò ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ìgbàdúláwọ̀ àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ìgbàdúláwọ̀.
Again. No going back. IGBOHO iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ tẹ̀síwájú. Mr. Koiki ẹ ṣé o, àwọn ọmọ mi ló kí i. Àwọn ọmọ mi ló kí i o. Lágbára Ọlọ́run, a máa délé ìlérí o, lórúkọ Jésù. Yorùbá nation.
Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí, let's enjoy that. Your country.
It's very safe. Yes. And very clean and neat.
Okay. You can speak in the language and let her translate for me. I love language. Why do you? So why do you love your country?
It's very safe. Yes. And very clean and neat.
Okay. You can speak in the language and let her translate for me. Because I love language. Why do you love your country? Tell her, explain to her.
I agree with her. Yeah. It's clean and safe, and I think the people is kind.
Okay.
So help each other.
Help each other. So if I say a country, how do you identify a country? Is it through your language, culture? What do you mean by country? Culture. So you have a culture.
Something like food.
Oh, I love Korean food. But you eat a lot of rice.
Yes. A lot.
Lot of rice.
Every single 3 rice a day.
There's a Malayan rice, a Thai rice, there's Korean rice.
Yes.
So how many hours from London to Korea?
14 hours.
Oh my God. So I will be coming, maybe not this year. I have to save a lot of money. It's expensive. Yeah, I'm a family man. I got children, so I'm very, very busy man. But I will come down one day and hopefully we will come across. I'll give you my YouTube channel and you will probably find yourself. So say hello to everyone. And what is the reason why you're coming to London? We are 20 and first time. You're traveling on your own.
Yeah. First time.
So how old are you?
We all
20.
Yes.
So I'm sure you're single. Single?
Yeah. Exactly.
Except you. Congratulations. Thank you so much. This is KOKImedia, and these are our new friends that we just met now. So why do you? This is the reason why I love your country. I'm asking the question, why do you love Nigeria? Hello, my answer for me, Roy. Why do you love Nigeria? Who love Nigeria? And why do you love Nigeria? Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ṣẹ́gun ọ̀nà, ẹ káàárọ̀, àbẹ̀kásùn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, àti wà lọ́sùn. Mo kíyà mi Felicia Àjàgbé, mo kí ọgbọ́n tẹ́tí wọlé. My line is open. This is going to be like the second program that we're running in the day. So ẹni tó bá wò mí láàárọ̀, ẹ rí pé bàbá ìtútù tún ṣe program nígbà. Mo sọ fún yín pé kò sígbà tí mo bá ti jí 24 hours ní KOIKImedia, Mr. Lanre Lamina Ikaro, Abekasun rather. So let's have a conversation again this morning because I might just run through Pẹ̀lú Starr Radio instead of starting all over again because sometimes I'm a bit lazy. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá, ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Mo kí gbogbo wa. Báwo nìkan ṣe ń lọ ní agbègbè yín? Àwọn ọmọ tẹ́ ń wò yìí, àwọn ọmọ ìyá mi Elena ẹ káàsán mọ́ mi tálàfíà lẹ́wà mà mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin grandma ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo àfọkàn wa balẹ̀ ó sì ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo sọ fún àwọn tó bá gbọ́ program tààrọ̀ yìí àná à ń fi jẹ́ kó ju 3 hours lọ because I'm up ní so many other programs ẹ bá fẹ́ wò John sọ pé I love Nigeria because they are killers ìyá mi Esther ní because of poverty okay ẹ tó bá ti ní Twitter account Princess Joy I don't want to mention the other name Ogbowu I hope I pronounce it very well. Princess is not a pet name. When people hear princess and prince, they are related to the royal family one way or the other. So they always have that title. So you don't think it's a pet name. Thank you so much. Ola, good morning, good afternoon. Ola Akiyemi. But you logo yẹn gbọ́ ìyá mi Temi, very beautiful auntie. I always remember she came to me during the rally and say, "Èmi ni Temi." I was like, wow, you know, very beautiful auntie. Thank you so much. Eniola Adewale. Ẹni tí bàtí ìdárúkọ ẹ má ṣe ìdùnnú mo kẹ́yìn tẹ́wà lórí mixela mo ti rí lógo yín láti Ìbàdàn wọ́n ní wọ́n protest ní gate lọ́wọ́ àníkẹ́ shut gbogbo ẹ̀ down ẹ shut every garden place Joe Awolaja mo kí Yorùbá nation no going back definitely the number is there ẹ jẹ́ ká tún review lára ń ta discuss ní ìdájí and I believe I want to show us another video ṣẹ́rí South Korea èèyàn mélòó ló mọ pa South Korea Nurudeen Mustapha Dennis gbogbo ẹnjẹ ọrọ mú kí Princess Adébímpé ní I don't like Nigeria grandma kí ló dé tẹ̀ like Nigeria gbogbo àti ń bá Nigeria jà báyìí kí ló dé tẹ̀ like Nigeria kí ni Nigeria ok ẹ jẹ́ kí n wáìnì ara wa díẹ̀ kí ni Nigeria ṣe fún àtàfi láìkè ètè mi báyìí wọ́n máa ń sọ pé láti máa dán ni ìyá mi Rúkàyà ṣẹ́yìn náà like Nigeria abẹ́ like Nigeria ẹ̀yin ará Paris ta ló like Nigeria ẹ káàsán ẹ̀yin America àti Canada Ezirebe say I wonder why abandoning Nigerian citizens want to die for Nigeria because they want to keep Lugard now you know Nigerians love Lugard they don't understand that the reason why they are keeping Nigeria is because and maybe we should just listen to I always love to listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a godsend. We might not have agreed with every views and some of the things he have said in the past because we thought that he was abusing our king, we don't like him, Nnamdi Kanu Shiwo, ó máa bá búbú our Yoruba, kò ní respect. Yoruba people will say Nnamdi Kanu does not have respect. Now every Yoruba people now say Nnamdi Kanu na God sent. Imagine that. Ẹ káàsán ìyá mi Rúkà ẹ ṣe ń bínú bá ẹ need to hell with Nigeria. My line is open if you want to phone in. I will allow you to call in so that we can have interaction interaction on it. This English self na wahala. Hello, this is my account number. Èmi gan ti bá rówó gbà lọ́wọ́ yín màmá gbà. Kí ló ń jẹ́ pé this is my account number. Mo tẹ̀ fi play voice ẹ̀ kí má lọ máa gbé ọ̀sùn gbogbo tí owó ọ̀rọ̀ owó lè. Nàìjíríà kí ló dé tẹ̀ ṣe like Nàìjíríà àwọn ọmọ Korea náà wọn like ìlú wọn kí ló dé táwọn like ìlú wa Eziribe why una no like Nigeria why Biafra don't like Nigeria John say olórí ti lulẹ̀ ìbọ̀lá tún já sí báyìí àbí ok Twile mo rò pé ló ti lulẹ̀ Tinubu ti lulẹ̀ wàláì àwọn kan náà ti Tinubu pé òun ló máa di president ó máa fix Nigeria I love Nigeria with all my mind because it's the best country. Nigeria ó dà kan tí ń pè wá. Hello.
Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun.
Bàbá Alálùbáríkà ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò sà.
Pẹ̀lẹ́. Ọkọ̀ kí n pẹ́ kú iṣẹ́ mo ní ìrántí ọ̀rọ̀ mi tí mo sọ ń dọ̀kọ̀ báyìí.
Máa rántí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn máa ń pọ̀ ẹ remind wa púpọ̀ jù.
Mo ní tọ́lọ́run bá kí ọ̀nà kan làwa ń fojú sí. Ọ̀nà kan làwa ń fojú sí àwa ò mọ̀ pé ọ̀nà tọ́lọ́run fẹ́ gbà yọ ọ̀tọ̀ ni mo sọ fún ẹnjọ́ yẹn o ti gbàgbé.
Ẹ má bínú.
Mo ní àwọn akọ̀lọ́ máa pariwo bàbá ń bá ìyá jà ìyá ń bá bàbá jà àwa rò ó pé Ọlọ́run tún fẹ́ gbà ọ̀nà míì ti fẹ́ yọ ẹni sùúrù. Àpẹ tí ó lójú bọ̀ ó lójú bọ̀.
Ọ̀dà ẹ ṣe gan bàbá mi. Ọmọ aṣubú gbẹ̀yìn ni Nàìjíríà kan ti fẹ́ ṣubú báyìí. Gbogbo ẹ ti hangi báyìí.
Àwọn tó náà ní lọ àwọn lọ́mọ.
Ọ̀dà ẹ ṣe gan bàbá mi. Thank you so much. The number to call is the one on the top there. If you want to join, only WhatsApp. Let's engage this morning. John sọ pé kí ni mò ń kàrà sí. Mr. Koiki, Almighty God continue to be with you. Allah be pẹ̀lẹ́ yìí náà. Thank you so much. I wonder why abandoning Nigerian citizen wants to die for Nigeria. I recommend kankan lórí Instagram. Àwọn kan máa rán dákẹ́. Wọ́n máa ń follow program yẹn. Nigeria ti lulẹ̀. Do you know the life expectancy of Nigerians? I was giving a breakdown this morning. Mo ti lọ sùn nígbà tí mo parí program yẹn láago 6. But it took me about 2 hours because the children were getting ready for school. So I had to stay awake while they were preparing for their school runs. We want to go to school, listen. So eventually, and also, Kolomba wa pẹ̀lú gbẹ̀yin Nigerians, abẹ́yẹn ọmọ Yoruba, abẹ́yẹn ọmọ Biafra tó wà ní Turkey. Our minds and heart is with the Turkish people because of the Yami Olajumoke Kasomumi, Erama. The earthquake is a very, very terrible one. Maybe some of you have seen it. Ebawa lórí social media, not just Facebook. We want people to be on Twitter. Let's trend. Hey, okay. Tẹ́ bá ti comment mo ní dárúkọ yín, but tẹ́ bá ti lè comment whenever ìjà ló máa ń dà fèmí àti yeye oge mo like orúkọ yín àti ìwà pẹ̀lú ẹwà. Orúkọ yín yẹn ó wà unique bákan sí mi. Thank you so much. Mo wá kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin sisters wa, ẹ̀yin abiyamọ tòótọ́ tí ẹ̀ ń sunkún sínú pé Nàìjíríà ẹ bá mute background ẹ bá mute ìtẹ̀ fi ń gbọ́ wa àti ń gbọ́ yín.
Àti mute ẹ káàárọ̀ sà.
Ẹ káàsán mà.
Ẹ kú iṣẹ́.
Àjọ ń ṣe náà.
I listen to your program. I don't know. I have some more energy in those forms. That not your sister when they speak broken,
I know the number. I know. Go ahead. I enjoy you.
I want to get those people who sing national anthem. Outside. George,
ẹ fa ọmọ ọdún alẹ́ o, àwọn fa ọmọ Biafra alẹ́ o, ká má jà o.
One thing is tí mo fẹ́ sọ ni pé àwọn tó sọ pé I serve Nigeria with all my strength. They should start serving Nigeria with all their people in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. No? I serve Nigeria with all my strength. No be wade by you. Another thing again, tí mo fẹ́ sọ, remember when the British came out from European?
Yeah, the EU.
Okay, the EU.
Yeah.
Did they change their pounds when they were inside EU?
They never did. Britain are always smart.
Okay.
Mumbo, Lord, I can't pick up. Mumbo. Britain are always smart. They never change the pounds. They never did.
Okay. So I want to know shame believe one Nigeria. I'm so sorry. Me, I'm not in Nigeria. Even when I went to Nigeria, I used to get people that were Yoruba nation. So Mr. Koiki, I'm at home today. I didn't go to work, so I just saw that you're online. I said,
yes,
let me just quickly call.
Thank you so much. Amen.
I will say add my own little thing.
No problem. Kò sígbà tó dé tí kò kí wúlò fún wa ẹ má wọlé. Thank you so much.
God bless you.
It is well. Thank you. All right. My mom is just reminding me. I told you my mom has been to 23 countries around the world. She was in the Seoul, South Korea in 1980s. Kúnlé Bakers tí wọ́n bá ti dé lógo ni kò bá wo program lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́ta super chat yẹn máa ń jù síbẹ̀ ni. Thank you so much. Okoya Afolayan, the line is open. It's an interactive platform. Let's engage, and I'll be reading the comment as well. I swear I will not regret following you, Mr. Koiki. Ṣègùn ẹ̀yin náà dẹ̀ ní regret pé àwọn ò ní kúrò lórí ìrìn àjò yìí. I don't have any problem with so many Yoruba people that disagree with our views now because it look like we àwa ti gbàbọ̀dẹ̀ or whatever, that's fine. But one thing is, we will continue to bring things to máa ṣe mind wa because iṣẹ́ tèmi fẹ́ máa ṣe ni pé ṣẹ́rí mind yẹn bí bàbá àròpọ̀ kí bàbá àròpọ̀ rí good nínú Dr. Lee wọ́n good nínú statistics tó bá ti fún wa láwọn statistics yẹn bí a máa gbé wọn wá kọ́ wá bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta lẹ́ẹ̀kan ṣe Kúnlé Bakers ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò ìyá mi ẹni tó bá fẹ́ pè ẹ lè pè kájọ máa rub minds ní akọ̀ ń gbé láti Starr Radio wọnú program wa àtàárọ̀ mo kàn mú kí mo tẹ̀ ń ṣe nígbà tí mo jí mo nígbà tí mo sùn ní 8 o'clock but kí tó lọ sùn mo mu cereal padà mo dẹ̀ jẹ 1 slice of bread and I went back to bed mo ṣe jí just after 3 hours kí ló pa ìyá wa Florence lẹ́rìn ṣe rí Nàìjíríà wàláì is a criminal country àwọn girls tẹ̀ ń wò yìí àwọn kódà bó ṣe wà yìí mo lè ṣe analysis for the next 6 months lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìrìn àjò ìlú yìí a play video kan because àwọn èèyàn máa ẹlòmíì ò tẹ̀ mọ̀gbà tó máa catch up pẹ̀lú mi mọ́ ẹlòmíì Koiki kì í rí notification àwọn social media ló ń ṣe yẹn so ẹ má bínú sí wa and I don't have a time tí máa ń jáde wọn pé irú àwọn Yorùbá world media every Wednesday ni irú àwọn Yèyé Dára wọ́n ti ní date tó ń jáde Ọmọlúkà ti níjọ́ tó ń jáde wọ́n ti ní timing ẹ má bínú fáwa a lè sọ pé gbà báyìí anytime tẹ́ bá ṣáà ti rí mi ẹ rí mi náà nìyẹn anytime tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ ti rí mi à sọ reason tẹ́ ṣe rí mi ẹ jẹ́ ká tún lọ sí South Korea but ká tó lọ sí South Korea yẹn mo fẹ́ play bàbá wa ẹ̀gbọ́n wa uncle wa a freedom fighter a guy that will love his energy àwọn èèyàn ní Koiki táwọn bá ń gbọ́ program yẹn ara wọn máa ń dìde it's because I am putting extra energy to it because military ti lock brain wa for a very long time so tẹ́mi bá tún wá ń ṣe ẹ̀mọ̀ gbogbo àdèmọ̀ á ní different style mo bá ìyá wa Mọ́rẹ̀mí Lady K wọ́n pè mí lánàá àwa ń sọ̀rọ̀ just private conversation and I was telling her that ẹ mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yin obìnrin ẹ̀yin lè gbà nǹkan mọ́ra bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn ọkùnrin wàláì mo ń rí fà sí ọ́díò kan tí wọ́n sẹ́ẹ̀dì sí Lady K tó bu woman kan lamẹ́ríkà mo ní bíi around December lèmi ti gba ọ́díò yẹn ti tèmi lọ́ti sẹ́ndẹ̀ èmi ò kàn react sí because I see it as nothing but ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn Lady K àwọn ò ní gbà pé kí la ṣe tẹ́ ń búra tó tó yìí kí la ṣe ẹ ṣe gan mọ́mí wa Esther mo dẹ̀ kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà tẹ máa ń fi program wa kò ṣe pé ẹ fi ń pa time ẹ̀yin náà kọ́gbọ́n wàláì ọ̀rẹ́ mọ́ sí mi kan nígbà tó lọ Amẹ́ríkà nígbà tó máa fi dé perspective wọn change lórí Nàìjíríà because àwọn ọmọ wọn tó bá l'Amẹ́ríkà wọn ni ẹ̀yin wà ní London ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ Koiki Media àwa wà ní UK tá à ń gbọ́ àwa wà l'Amẹ́ríkà tá à ń gbọ́ because kò ń ṣe gbogbo wa la mọ̀ ètò Nàìjíríà tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ mọ̀ gbogbo akọ̀ ń ṣe káràkátà ṣe business lọ síbi iṣẹ́ people, I'm talking about from the 1970s. Not that people did not see problem in Nigeria. Buhari overthrown, that one taja. Kini, okay, Buhari overthrown in 1983. Àwa ṣì ń tajà ní mọ́ṣáláṣí Jímọ̀. Ọmọ Yorùbá mélòó ló nírú owó tó lè máa fi tajà tó fi ń tajà nísìn compared to 1970 and 1980. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò ìyá wa Ṣèkínà Ọ̀tọ́mọ́wùmí. So they've actually destroyed not just in Yoruba territory, even the same thing in Middle Belt and gbogbo Middle Belt in what the wife wọn tán. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò Mr. Lawrence. Please, how can we do everything together to bridge the gap? We are not running the same thing. Ẹ máa farabalẹ̀ kẹ́ máa gbọ́. Tẹ́ bá ní let's join the gap. No, mind the gap láwà nísìn. Mind the gap. Ẹ jẹ́ káwọn máa ṣe tí wọ́n lọ. Kò ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ara wọn kọ́ ló ń ṣe fún gbogbo elétèmi náà ń ṣe kò ń ṣe fara mi. But a lè jẹ́ kíyàn kan kó fẹ́ fà wá sẹ́yìn indirectly kọ́ máa wá in a disguise mo sọ fún yín ẹ kọ́kọ́ máa mélè dání ní gbogbo ìgbà èmi mo kọ́kọ́ sọ jáde báwo ni 40 media tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation báwo ló ṣe máa jẹ́ pé nínú 40 media yẹn gbogbo wọn ti gbà bọ̀dẹ̀ tó wá jẹ́ pé one particular section kan ló wá feel pé ó wà superior ó better ju àwọn 40 media tí a promote to the same agenda a ti wà ní mind the gap lọ́wọ́ yìí o tó bá lọ sórí train track wa tó bá lọ kọjá yellow line ẹ̀mọ̀kẹ́ máa ń ṣòrí lórí abẹ́ underground tó bá kọjá yellow line yẹn ó drop nìyẹn o mind the gap àwọn train mi dẹ̀ wà tó yẹ pé reason tó yẹ máa ń sọ pé mind the gap ni pé màá ṣe ìjọ tí bá ti lọ sí underground ṣe rí àwọn train yẹn kò ń súnmọ́ platform délẹ̀ dáadáa tó o bá lọ mind the gap ẹsẹ̀ lè kọ sínú bẹ̀ mind the gap so ẹ má wá sí bíbà kí ẹ wá sọ fún wa pé we are running the same thing. Gbogbo wa rò pé we are running the same thing, but for now we are not running the same thing, so we cannot bring the gap together. Michael Godwill, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi dáadáa, kò ní bàjẹ́ fún ẹ. Ó ní my best friend lives in South Korea and married a South Korean woman. Ìyẹn ti gbádùn ayé tó dáa. Oh yes, I don't see these joining. I thought he was going to join. I was thinking up to December, but I can tell you I don't see it joining. So Emma can mix it together, okay? Let the pyramid continue with another pyramid. And like I said, there's work going on, and I don't have to say more than that. Bishemba in sorrow, I know of at least 5 diaspora. That's all I can tell you. So, pyramid, disturb brain agenda, mute background, mute background, mute oh my God.
Hello, Mr. Koiki.
Káàbọ̀ sórí ètò sà. Èmi ni ẹ.
Ẹ̀kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun.
Gbogbo aná làjọ ń ṣe.
Àti tẹ̀dọ̀ tí àtọ̀ yẹn gbójú síta.
Ẹ̀yin náà ń pè wọlé, ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń bá a ṣíà, ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń comment.
Mo ti ṣíà.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni, thank you so much.
Ọkàn mi ò balẹ̀.
Thank you so much.
Ẹ̀yin ni voice. Ṣé kò bàbá? So èmi ní àìdíà kan ní.
Okay. Mo ń gbọ́.
Irú gbogbo wàhálà tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ sí pé àwọn gbogbo àjọ kakọ̀ pé bánà no money, no cash, no fuel, so tábà ti pọ̀ rẹ̀.
Okay.
Pé flag Yorùbá nation jáde báwo lẹ ṣe rí sí?
Ṣe rí gbogbo intenso yìí gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n ń kò ní ẹ mọ̀ pé think tank wà. Àwọn Yorùbá pé there is no think tank around the Yoruba nation. There are think tanks. Ìṣẹ́rí one thing mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo máa understand pé àwa media ó dìgbà tí wọ́n bá fún wa ní green light pé ẹ jẹ́ ká push nǹkan jáde báyìí ẹ mọ̀. So intenso yìí náà is being looked into. So is it going to be something that ká jáde pé no fuel, no money, no petrol, no money, no fuel, kan náà ní gbogbo ẹ̀. Ká wá push Yorùbá nation jáde or ká dúró tiwa ká jáde tán as pé a fẹ́ ṣe Yorùbá nation. As it is right now, mo ń gbọ́ yín.
Ẹ̀yin kan tó jẹ́ kí n sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé mọ̀ pé àwọn tó ṣì ń gbé plaka jáde pé owó ìgbóhùnsìyàn ò ṣe kankan fún wọn.
Kò lè ìyẹn ò lè end. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi.
Ló bá ti di pé àpò bẹ́ẹ̀ tí gbogbo wa jù sí everywhere.
Ṣẹ́rí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi. Ṣẹ́rí ọ̀rọ̀ epo àti owó ẹ lọ kọ sílẹ̀ lẹ́nu ní number 6 kò lè end tó máa fi ṣe election so wàhálà ń bọ̀. Kò lè end. So whether àwa jáde àti jáde ẹ̀gbọ́n mi mọ̀. Mo ní whether àwa jáde ẹ̀yin lè béèrè. Bàbá ọ̀dà okay alright. Ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tèmi sọ bí ṣe mo fẹ́ fún yín respond but bí ṣe ń bá yín sọ rẹ̀ ẹ̀tún interject padà so it's like pé get ara wa ẹ ti kọ̀rọ̀ mo fẹ́ fún yín ní reply ni ẹ jẹ́ kí èmi ṣe ní reply yẹn ẹ ní ká jáde ká máa sọ pé fuel later ká wá yan flag jáde no when we are gonna come out instruction máa padà jáde again láti Benin Republic that's all so ẹ máa ẹ̀ka ṣẹ́rí tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yẹn wọ́n show Nigerianness lọ́wọ́ nìyẹn Ọbásanjọ́ Nigerianness ló ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí so ti Yorùbá nation because listen wọ́n táàgì wa pé àwa là ń destroy bank imagine tó bá jẹ́ pé àwa lọ jáde nísìn tana flag láàrin wọn kí ló máa sọ wọ́n máa ná àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá nation ló lọ attack bank ó fi jí owó so ẹ jẹ́ ká fi ọ̀rọ̀ Nigerianness tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yẹn you know people might say but way forward kankan ìrọ̀lẹ́ pa because ti follow instruction tó ń lọ instruction ni pé we are still in a movement la wà nínú ẹ̀ so and the movement does not end until we get what we want not the illusion tí wọ́n sọ fáwọn èèyàn pé àti gbàdú and all those nonsense like mi rí sí Olayomi kò kéde mo jẹ́ ojú mi dáadáa nonsense ni gbogbo yẹn o lè má wà satisfied pẹ̀lú statement yẹn nonsense illusion ni so bó ṣe jẹ́ ní ẹ̀gbọ́n mi so eventually the pressure cooker ní Nàìjíríà bá ó fẹ́ explode and àdúrà tá à ń gbà ni pé tó bá máa explode yẹn orí àwọn ọ̀tá wa tí wọ́n ń pera wọn ní politician òní kó explode lórí that's all I can say so bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn.
wọ́n tí mo fẹ́ sọ fáwọn tó claim wọ́n Nàìjíríà.
Okay.
so tó bá ilé mi wá.
Okay.
tó claim wọ́n Nàìjíríà yẹn when Nigeria happens to them we know that there is nothing like one Nigeria because of Nigeria passport mo lọ ṣe lábùdá mo miss opportunity ó lé ẹ̀kọ́ tó fẹ́ mi láti lọ sí Europe ńgbà yẹn.
Wow.
visa mo lọ ṣe passport mi mo débẹ̀ mo níjọ́ òní kí n padà wá gbà ọní pé ọní wọ́n máa pè mí ni mo níjọ́ kọjá fún mi ní ọjọ́ bí ọjọ́ mélòó ọní òkè 2 months ọmọ akọ́sàdé wà àtàwọn ọmọ fúlàní ọdẹ sọ pé tọ́ bá lè dúró kọ́ dúró gbà àbí wọ́n máa kó tẹ̀ sí wọn tó bá ti di ọ̀la. ọkàn wa wò pé àwọn tó sọ pé wọ́n Nàìjíríà we are not one Nigeria.
Okay.
Because àdìgbà
ẹ ṣé gan ni thank you so much ẹ ṣé gan ni Ọlọ́run bá máa wà pẹ̀lú yín mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin yẹn wa so mo fẹ́ ká da ṣàpamọ́ irú. Okay, let me give you an example. Mo ṣe ọ̀rẹ́ mi ni but at the end of the day views ẹ̀ nìyẹn Balógun Èkó èyí máa ń pè ní kílẹ̀ èyí máa ń pè máa ń sábà pè ní kíní kan Èkó lèmi máa ń pè Balógun Èkó bẹ́ẹ̀ máa ń pè ní kíní kan mo ti gbàgbé níṣẹ́ ẹ wo bó ṣe nọ́ọ̀kì Tinubu títí eventually ó ní ọmọ kì í ṣèdí bẹ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀ kí wọ́n wá gbé lẹ́kẹ̀ẹ́ yẹn kíyàn wá lọ gbé fún Peter Obi torí òun láìkì Peter Obi òun rẹ̀ láìkì Àtíkù so ó prefer Tinubu even though pé ó dẹ̀ ní eégún léun bá náà wọn òjò mọ́ Ọlọ́run ni wá jẹ́ kí irú èmi Ọláyọmí Koiki tèmi sọ fún pé Yorùbá nation máa wá jáde máa wá tún máa sọ pé ká lọ dìbò fún 20 no so tí a bá ì tí gba country ó bẹ́tà ká sì máa nọ́kẹ̀ bí dàṣà máa nọ́kẹ̀ ni pé we are still making the push one day ó máa drop ó rà pé language tó máa ń lò Nàìjíríà nìyẹn ó máa drop bó dẹ̀ ṣe fẹ́ drop yẹn òun ni tí àwọn tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn which is the kò sówó níta gbogbo kí ni làwọn ti ń sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ but before it get to that stage just as Afolayan said among the 12 followers of Christ it is only one person that gbàbọ̀dé so we have know the fake people now mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti wọlé so and I am not going to sit here every day with the knowledge tí mo ní knowledge díẹ̀ ni mo kàwé púpọ̀ o ẹ má rò pé bóyá mo kàwé but mo ní ìyá tó ní bàbá experience lórí mọ̀ sí mi experience tó wà lórí ẹ̀ òun ló láàrẹ̀ ló gbé fèmí náà tí mo consume because it is not about education ṣe bá láwọn tó ní PhD lọ́wọ́ nísìnyí tó ọ̀dà sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation and they are doing very well mo ní bọ̀bọ̀ kan sẹ́ head boy wa ni nígbà tẹ́mi senior mi ni mo fi dárúkọ ẹ̀ ó ń ṣe ọlọ́run ọmọ yìí ó probably maybe is in about 6 figure America ló wà I don't know his views about Yoruba nation because we've never spoken and there's so many people like that àwọn colleagues mi tajọ ṣe tán ní 1995 maybe some of them are probably now seeing what I was saying mo rántí ní 3 years ago mo sọ fún yín pé ẹ rò pé mi ṣeré lórí Yoruba nation ni I left the Absorber WhatsApp group because my views with them kò láì mọ̀ ẹ wá fẹ́ máa gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀mí láti fẹ́ máa fi lọ tọ́jú school when we can break away from Nigeria and we can bring the best institution into Abeokuta Grammar School. So when people don't understand what we are fighting, it is not a joke. It is a reality. But ẹ̀yin kan nísìnyí ẹ sì ń fi sentiment sí because some people I mean look forget about it. Don't ever say you love nígbà kan ni we love Nigeria but having to say we love Nigeria now is a crime because Nigeria ti affect wa. And if you don't know 41 people mo ẹ lọ sórí Simon Ekpa òun tẹ̀ ní heart èmi ò lè gbé sórí Twitter mi ẹ lọ wo fídíò àwọn tó pa lórí page Simon Ekpa láàárọ̀ yìí 41 people were massacred by this demon tẹnika jọ máa gbé papọ̀ Balógun Èkó is not fighting for Yorùbá nation then Tinubu ló ń jà fún. So let me come back and tell us that we are on the right track. It might look like nothing is happening, but Nigeria itself is falling into pieces. Kí la fẹ́? Kí ni mo máa ń pariwo pa fẹ́? Mo ní mo fẹ́ crisis. Ṣé crisis ò ti dé nísìn? Ó lè má dé nígbà táwa fẹ́ push ẹ̀ ní Ọjọ́ta tí wọ́n sáré fi ìbọn. Crisis yẹn mo fẹ́ kó kò tí ì wọ Èkó. Ó dà ń pé àwọn ará Ìbàdàn ló sì ń bínú. Ẹ̀yin ará Èkó, ó dà ń pé ìyà ò jẹ yín. You are still living in denial. But tí crisis yẹn bá dé Èkó dáadáa, ẹ máa ṣe kí ni ẹ ní any other choice than to come back into the reality. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ Nnamdi Kanu like I said before we move further.
It is not in their hands because you know what? Power belongs to the people. Anything we want is what we're going to get.
Once again, I want to ask this. Do you think this dream is realizable without a war? And are you prepared to fight another war?
This dream can be realized without a war. And let me put it this way, as soon as the people, the various ethnic groups in Nigeria realize what Nigeria means to each and every ethnic group, they will subscribe to our position. So it is realizable without a war. Before the white man came, let me ask you this, because it's an interview, which means you can ask me questions and I can ask you. Before the white man came, was there any Nigeria? Before the white man came, did Nigeria exist? It's a simple question that I'm asking you. Did Nigeria exist before?
It didn't, no.
It didn't exist. Then why are African people, black people dying over something that they did not create? Did any Yoruba man create Nigeria? The answer is no. No Igbo man created Nigeria. No Hausa man did. No Fulani man did. No Kanuri man did. No Jukun man did. When you come to Nigeria, it's always a debate about it is our turn. It is our turn. It is our turn to rule. Now there are over 250 main ethnic groups in Nigeria. If you keep rotating the presidency every 8 years to each and every ethnic group, times 8 by 250. How many years are you going to get? So some people will die many times over. They will reincarnate many times over. The presidency hasn't come to them. Nigeria is a joke and an absolute mess. It was not created by black people. Therefore, it cannot be sustained by black people. I want to see an Africa where a Yoruba nation, a Yoruba mega nation extends from Togo all the way to Edo State. That's what I want. Because that is authentic Africa. I don't know why Africans are so beholden to something that is alien to them. Are you a white man? The Luga that created Nigeria is a white man. What are you doing as an African defending something that a white man created out of, should I say, a racist intent? Nigeria was an ordinary company, Royal Niger Company, an ordinary business venture that the British converted into a nation. And Africans are killing themselves, trying to maintain something that a white man created. Sometimes I wonder what type of God made African people. I don't understand it. And that is why you have this neo-colonialism. That is why the British High Commissioner had to go to Tinubu to ask him, how do you end this protest? Because if this protest continues, you're jeopardizing our oil. Now the Kano can use it as an advantage to go and get Biafra. They asked the army to go in and kill people. You people are being ruled by your colonial masters. Your fate is not in your hand. You're in a country that is 60 years old, so to speak. There is no electricity. If I am a Nigerian, I can't come out and say I'm a Nigerian. I'll be ashamed of myself. For 60 years, you have no electricity. For 60 years, no good roads. For 60 years, no good schools. For 60 years, your politicians are traveling abroad for medical treatment. I ask you, what is there to be proud of about Nigeria?
Torí bàbá tó wà lórí line máa pọ̀ sí Nnamdi Kanu yẹn ó ti sọ bí almost 4 minutes á padà sórí ẹ̀ ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò bàbá wa ẹ bá wa dá sí ètò náà mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń wò wá.
Thank you ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ ìtorí tí mo fẹ́ dá sí ní láìpẹ́ báyìí ni wípé ta ló nífẹ̀ẹ́ Nàìjíríà ta ló lẹ́kì Nàìjíríà. Kò sẹ́ni tó wá Nàìjíríà tí ó máa sọ pé òun lẹ́kì Nàìjíríà gbogbo àpáta ló wé ti Nàìjíríà. Ṣùgbọ́n Èkó ni mo ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ ilé Èkó ò tí ì mọ̀ bí ilé Èkó bá mọ́ rédíò àti gbogbo tẹlifíṣàn máa gbé ilé Èkó ò tí ì mọ̀ nítorí wípé Ìbàdàn nìkan tí mo yan olúwa ó sì ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn wọn lè rí ilé yìí pa nítorí pé àná ni Sunday Ọlọ́run sọ wípé gbogbo ìpátá bá ní kí wọ́n kó jọ. Wọ́n tún gbé àwọn àmì lọ sí Ìbàdàn báyìí níbi ní UI àmì tí wọ́n bẹ̀. Ṣé ọgbọ́n tó máa dání pé ẹni yìnbọn sí kan méjì bí wọ́n náà máa sá lọ. Ó máa dé lẹ́bù wípé òun sọ bóyá ẹ wá máa pa wá. Ilé Ìbàdàn ti mọ́. Ilé Ìbàdàn bá sì ti mọ́ kò kí n sùn mọ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ṣùgbọ́n ilé tó ń bọ̀ yìí tí wọ́n ní ìsàdá àwọn bàbá Fálànà àwọn tí jókòó kalẹ̀ sínú ilé ìsìn wọn kò tí òfin àti gbogbo wọn lápapọ̀ bẹ́yẹn àtàwọn bàbá Bísí Àkàndé àwọn náà jẹ ìgbádùn ní ti táwọn rẹ́rìn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀rí yẹn máa tó dẹ́kun fún gbogbo wọn láìpẹ́ nítorí wípé Ọlọ́run sọ wípé ilẹ̀ fẹ́ gba ilẹ̀ padà kò kí ń ṣe chief tàbí ìgbòho ló fẹ́ gba ilẹ̀ padà kò kí ń ṣe tàbí Kánú ló fẹ́ gba ilẹ̀ padà ilẹ̀ fún rẹ̀ máa gba ilẹ̀ padà láìpẹ́ yìí ilẹ̀ máa gba ilẹ̀ padà nítorí wípé nǹkan ti yí sí ibi tí ò yẹ kó yí sí Buhari ló wà ní ìjáde epo fún rẹ̀ ní Minister of Petroleum wọ́n ṣe wá di báyìí mọ́ lọ́wọ́ ṣùgbọ́n Buhari ò ní parí ìjọba ẹ̀ Buhari ò ní parí ẹ̀ o ó lè kú ọjọ́ méjì ó lè kú ọ̀sẹ̀ kan Buhari ò ní parí ìjọba ìdìbò tí wọ́n tọ́jú pé wọ́n pariwo tí Òbí ń lọ sókè sódò dáhùn ní pé Òbí ló máa ṣe Jọdẹ́wà ló máa ṣe bọ̀dá wa bí ló bọ̀dá Tinubu ló máa ṣe àwọn èèyàn ò lè ṣe ẹni tí kò sí ìrẹ́ tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ìbò tó ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ ò ní jẹ́ ìbò lọ́lọ́run wí torí ẹni mẹ́sàn pé ẹ má lọ Ọlọ́run máa mọ́ nítorí pé màmá onítìrí máa sọ pé Ọlọ́run wípé ibi tí Ọlọ́run wípé rẹ̀ dé náà ni wọ́n ti kó magí ọlọ́pàá ti àrẹ ìṣòwò pẹ̀lú magí lánàá so àti gbogbo kòkò irin tí wọ́n gbà lọ́wọ́ àwọn ènìyàn ṣé nǹkan afẹ́ sí nìyẹn ṣé jamboree yóò yọ ní ṣé Christmas afẹ́ sọdún Christmas ni mi ò mọ̀ wípé àwọn tí wọ́n náà kàwé gan báwo bá tẹ̀ ká kankan àwọn tí wọ́n náà kàwé gan mi mọ̀ wípé inú kòkò agbáríjúkọ ni ìwé tí wọ́n kà certificate wọn ibẹ̀ ló wà báyìí so nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni wípé nǹkan ti dágbọ́n ó kọjá bó ṣe wà lóòótọ́ ní England lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ èyí lè ra 2 by 2 kan ní 7 pound ṣùgbọ́n owó yẹn ń circulate lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn àgbà tí mo wà ní England kò sí pé yẹn níbi bóyá £1.25 ní iṣu ẹyọ kan nínú tẹ́pẹ̀ yẹn máa rago tó nílò gbogbo ìdílé yes English wà yes we agree but English tó wà yẹn ìjẹ́ ó ṣe wá rí níbí náà ṣe èyí mélòó ló ló jẹ báyìí àwọn èèyàn ló jẹ lọ́wọ́ ẹni tó bẹ̀rù sílẹ̀ ní ẹgbẹ́ ọjọ́ ìdí gbogbo èèyàn rí lórí social media tí gbogbo èèyàn rí tó ń kẹ́gbà ní báńkì tó fẹ́ gbowó ó bẹ̀rù rẹ̀ ó ti bí ọmọ tó jẹ́ pé ó tó ọmọ 30 years ọmọ 27 years ọmọ yẹn bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú lánàá wọn lára àwọn báńkì ọ̀fìdà àti àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ méjì mẹ́ta wípé lẹ́ẹ̀ni èyí náà ní lẹ́ẹ̀ni fún bàbá mi ní 5,000 naira just common 5,000 naira ẹ̀ lè fún ẹ̀jẹ̀ kó gbọ́ wúlẹ̀ ní gbangba tàbí rárá ìdí wọn yẹn ní pé ṣé èmi ní báńkì manager ni ẹni tí òun wọ́n mi sẹ́ máa jẹ lára ìyá yìí nígbà tí ilẹ̀ kó bá mọ́ ilẹ̀ kó tí mọ́ o nígbà tí ilẹ̀ kó bá mọ́ gbẹgẹlẹ bá gbiná àwọn kí àwọn arákùnrin wa tán sọ pé yes káwọn èèyàn jáde tó bá jọ pé kó wọn gbogbo ẹ̀ wọ́n ẹ̀ka náà flag Yorùbá sókè kó sẹ́ni tó máa gbé orílẹ̀-èdè ní kọ̀kọ̀ a máa gba orílẹ̀-èdè wa ní gbangba ni gbangba báyìí láti máa gbé orílẹ̀-èdè wa ó ti ń kí n ti pẹ́ díẹ̀ 2014 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 a máa gba orílẹ̀-èdè yìí a lè máa wà láyé láàyè a máa gba orílẹ̀-èdè wa àdúrà là ń gbà lọ́wọ́ báyìí orílẹ̀-èdè máa jáde wá nígbà tí ó sì nínú ìkọ̀kọ̀ a ò ní ná fúláàgì láàrin àwọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n sọ pé ìgbòho wọn àkàlù wọn kò sówó níta ibi tó bá ti ṣe irú ilé lórílẹ̀-èdè tán máa mú oúnjẹ Buhari ò lè mélé yìí jẹ Buhari ò lè mú ilé yìí jẹ kò ní mú jẹ o gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ní pé kíníkà adéṣàlẹ̀ ni àwọn dalẹ̀ àwọn ò dalẹ̀ ṣé wọ́n dalẹ̀ báyìí ọ̀gá méjì òkè gbé nínú mọ́tò kan náà ẹni tó jẹ́ pé ó kéde jáde gbàtí bàbá lọ sí gbàtí tí ìfún lọ sí Ìbàràpá ìkíní tó yẹ tí wọ́n yẹ lórí ibẹ̀ ni wọ́n ti rí pé Koiki wà lára àti Koiki náà ló wà lára àti kíníkà ló wà lára àti wàtúwàtúwà àwọn tó jókòó kalẹ̀ síbi kan sí ìgbà tí yóò yá wòlé tí yóò yá lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ tí ẹ̀sùn tó gbẹ wà ní Amẹ́ríkà tó kójú rẹ̀ síbẹ̀ àti ọmọ sọ ẹkú níbẹ̀ tó wà ní Manchester àbí wọn ló wà bẹ̀ tó náà yá ẹmọ sí ẹmọ ju ìbísí ẹgbẹ́ orúkọ sẹ́ni ló ló jẹ ló fi jẹun. kí ló dé nígbà Yorùbá nínú ẹ̀tàn nínú òmìnira máa dé òmìnira ti dé tábà yóò ti dé lẹ́tọ́ ti dé ẹni ló sọ wípé wọn jẹ ká jáde nígbà tá ló ní kọ́mọ́ jáde wọ́n ti ẹ̀jẹ̀ kankan mọ́lẹ̀ wọ́n ti mọ́lẹ̀ a máa jáde síta a máa jáde láìpẹ́ alájọ máa tu everybody ọjọ́ tí sẹ́ni ìgbòho bá ti fẹsẹ̀ tẹ̀ ìlú Èkó àti gbẹ orílẹ̀-èdè a máa gbẹ orílẹ̀-èdè kò sẹ́nikẹ́ni tó ń dá dúró ẹnìkan kì í dọ́jọ́ dúró ẹnìkan kì í dá fẹ́fẹ́ dúró ẹnìkan kì í tó sùpà dúró ẹnìkan kì í dá ẹ̀rọ dúró ẹnìkan kì í dá sọ́mọ̀ dúró ẹni tó bá lè rí ibi tí òpin sọ́mọ̀ pín sí tó forí sọ̀rọ̀ sí ló máa sọ wípé àwọn ìgbò orílẹ̀-èdè àwọn tó bá tó bá ìgbò orílẹ̀-èdè a máa gbà wọ́n orílẹ̀-èdè ni ẹ̀jẹ̀ wọn lá máa fi gbà. Wọ́n tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ pé kí wọ́n ní pé kí ní kankan àtìmọ́lé tó jẹ́ pé wà ọ̀fẹ́ ẹlẹ́rù fẹ́ ṣe ìyanu ńlá kan ni lóòótọ́ ni wọ́n gba àwọn yíbo pẹ̀lẹ́pẹ̀lẹ́ báyìí wọ́n gba yíbo pẹ̀lẹ́pẹ̀lẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n kan bẹ̀ ìran tí wọ́n gbà yẹn orúkọ wọn ò ní jẹ́ ìgbàgbé láéláé nígbà tó jẹ́ pé ìgbò máa jáde ìyẹn Biafra máa jáde kì í ṣe ní ìsìn láti sọ yẹn Biafra máa jáde Yorùbá máa jáde nínú ẹ̀ tí ń lọ ó kẹ̀jẹ̀ pé ìjà díẹ̀ máa wà ní ibi bọ́ọ̀dà wa ní ọjọ́ tó gbórúkọ ẹ̀mí ìgbàgbé sàlẹ̀ fi ní ibi tí wọn kọ́ bí ìrọ́ọ̀sì tí wọn náà kọ́ sí rifa Niger ìjà díẹ̀ máa wà nítorí wípé Fúlàní ibẹ̀ wọn ní fẹ́ gbà wọn á dẹ̀ gbà náà ní àwa náà ní àdè máa gbà ó ti dé tán agbó ti fẹ́ lò ẹ má jà wẹ́rì ilẹ̀ kó o tí ì máa níbi ilẹ̀ kó bá ti má gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ níta gbogbo ẹ̀ wọ́n tó wà níta sóra pátápátá wọn wọ̀nyí pé aṣọ lè rí báyìí kò sí ní rí bẹ́ẹ̀ nígbà tó jẹ́ pé onílé ò bá lè wọnú lé mọ́ onílé ò ní wọnú lé mọ́ náà ìyẹn bí kàtí lé délà rẹ̀ dáadáa kò sí táwọn ọmọ jẹ ọmọ mẹ́ta kò sí wọn jẹ kò sí ní tètè sàndà àbúlé ẹgbà ó dàmá sí ní kíkà ìgbàlígbà nílé ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká fún wọn àbúlé bá ti lọ bíìsì àti sọ wípé ẹ máa lú ẹ ò nílò orí owó gbà ẹ ò nílò owó ná ó ti dé ní ìsìn báyìí bàtà ló yẹ bá lọ bá kí látàrọ títí 1,000 náà fọwọ́ ní ẹ̀yọ́ mọ́ ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀kẹ́ wẹ́pẹ́ yẹ bí wọ́n ti bí ọ̀dọ̀ bíi 5 ni wọ́n lọ ní abúlé ẹgbà kò sí owó kankan bàtà bá gbàṣẹ kalẹ̀ lórí gbogbo àwọn ènìyàn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ máa mọ́ ìyípadà dẹ̀ máa dé Koiki ọ̀pẹ̀sù yóò sì ṣe fún wa.
ẹ ṣé gan ni dáàdì àmín ẹ ṣé gan ni sir thank you àmín Jésù Kristi
ayé ènìyàn máa bàjẹ́ ni.
àmín Jésù àmín.
wọ́n ti gbàgbé wọn ní aláwùsá ní láti tì wọ́n mọ́lé wọ́n ti tì wọ́n mọ́lé sílẹ̀ gàmbèdè láti tì wọ́n mọ́lé sílẹ̀ báyìí láti àná wọ́n wà bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n gbé máa gbé wọn gbogbo ẹ̀ náà wọ́n wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ó fẹ́ lọ bá wọn. wọ́n ti máa borílẹ̀-èdè nìyẹn tí wọ́n bá borílẹ̀-èdè ní àgbà tí màmá yìí ti dé pàtó ti wọlé dé pẹ̀rẹ̀ báyìí lóòótọ́ ni Gani Adams kò kì í ṣe wòlíì ṣùgbọ́n ní olúkálùkù Ọlọ́run fún olúkálùkù láti ṣe wẹ́rọ̀ tó dé ọ̀gá ní fóònù bàbá wípé tó àwọn ti dé wọ́n ti wọlé dé bàbá ẹ̀ fúnra wọ́n ti wọlé dé o àwọn olóṣèlú yẹn wọ́n ti náwó wọ́n ti wọlé dé o ojoojúmọ́ nìyá àbàṣọ wípé ẹbí máa ń rán mi ẹbí mímọ́ ẹ̀ tó náà yẹn náà agbójú máa bàdé kó tó di between now and March and April ẹbí mímọ́ ẹ̀ yẹn agbójú máa ti àwọn èèyàn máa lédè àwọn ọmọ tó ń tẹ̀lé yìí kiri àti àwọn tó fẹ́ wọn ní sọ̀rọ̀ kan náà tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n tẹ̀lé kíkàkiri lẹ́yìn ojú òṣì gbogbo wọn láìpẹ́ yìí.
ẹ ṣé gan ni thank you so much ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa ẹ ṣé gan ni mo kí àwa comfort lẹ́yìn bá ti wọlé náà super chat with a message mo fẹ́ ka message yìí wọ́n ti sá lọ sókè mo kí bàbá wa nínú Olúwa what you are saying there is just crash landed Nigeria Air Force crash lands in Lagos we know that the last video tí mo show yín some few weeks ago well not few weeks about over the weekend both were on sync ẹ̀rọ ti video yẹn Nigeria has lost her love no more love but bitterness for Nigeria Yorubas unite for this freedom to fight ẹ ṣé gan ni mummy comfort thank you so much mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti darapọ̀ it's a live transmission that you're watching ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Tony Ages so it's not that the plane crashed but crash land so it's almost the same thing that but this is what it is Nigeria is a contraction I don't want to go in mo fẹ́ ká wo fídíò yìí is 2 minutes and I hope my mic is on because nígbà míì ìyẹn kọ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ yeah because tí bá ti wà ní back end mo ti kúrò nínú studio so tí bá ti gbé sí Google tí mo wà lẹ́yìn mo ní rí ìra mi mọ́ nínú studio if you're wondering what kind of software we use it's called the OBS these are very very important things that ẹ ṣé gan ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Kanwi Abiodun let me say this clearly for those that are probably saying but ẹ ṣe wá ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn gbogbo yín ṣe wá ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ no àwa kọ́ la ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn ni wọ́n feel pé they are smart and they wanted to do it that way for 2 years I'm building nǹkan kan àwọn kan dẹ̀ ní àwọn náà lè ṣe tiwọn project ni and they were doing that project and they consulted 40 medias and 40 medias thought okay tó bá yẹ pé kankan náà ni gbogbo àjọ ń ṣe why not we can come together and do it together and now we realize that there is another agenda and that agenda we don't want to be involved because kò sí bá ṣe fẹ́ náà wà ń ṣe nísìn ká wá sọ pé nítorí a lè máa ṣe ká má wọrí nípa bàbá Akíntóyè ká má wọrí nípa Ìgbòho ẹ ṣe sùúrù okay ẹ ṣe sùúrù ẹ lè má agree pẹ̀lú views yẹn but that's fine so project tẹ́yìn bá lọ yẹn ẹ wà lábẹ́ comment section mo mọ̀ pé comment but ẹ ń gbọ́n ti máa ń sọ because ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ wá gbọ́n views mi all the time àti bí ṣe máa educate àwọn èèyàn àti passion mi àwọn kan tẹ́ni ẹ mò ń dẹ́nu ní mo sọ fún pé ọ̀bọ̀ kan wà but at least lágbára ti àwọn bàbá wa tí èmi náà rọra sọ pé Ọlọ́run wà ìgbà tẹ́mi lọ́lẹ̀ mọ̀ pé kúkú dè lọ́lẹ̀ èmi lọ pẹ̀lú ìgboyà gidi láti lọ darapọ̀ mọ́ Ìgbòho and this is an evidence to that. So tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá tẹ́ ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé mo wà ní gọ̀gàn this is the evidence that I was on the ground and I went there kò ń ṣe pé rán mi iṣẹ́ mo kàn fi pé tí olóyè bá wà nísàlẹ̀ tèmi náà bá lọ darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn kó pọ̀jù náà and I travelled nígbà tí mo dẹ̀ máa travel mo rò pé mo sọ fẹ́ni kankan yàtọ̀ sí ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ àti àwọn ìyàwó mi pé mo ń bọ̀ nílé o and I went home and I was on the ground adẹ̀dúpẹ́ pé the little we can do we were able to support and at least a date tí chief máa lọ sí gọ̀gàn and I believe it was on January 19 tí máa memory mi bá ṣe collect dáadáa kódà ẹ̀mí àwọn èèyàn kó sókè because ọmọ tá a máa pàdé lọ́nà iná àti wọn dẹ̀ lájọ wà ní mọ́tò pẹ̀lú driver àti 2 other person kódà ìgbà ẹ̀wọ̀n fáwọn tó wà nílé ìgbà tẹ́bi débi ọ̀rọ̀ pé bí a mọ outsign wọn in tó fàwọ̀ a lot of problems nígbà yẹn náà nìyẹn but eventually nígbà tá a fi kúrò nílé wọ́n fẹ́ lọ jù mí sínú bọ́ọ̀sì kan ni chief bá ń wá mi ló ní coordinator dà mo ní mo ti wà ní bọ́ọ̀sì ta ló ní kẹjọ́kọ̀ bí a ti bá lọ sọ pé ẹni báyìí ni Ọlọ́run mo tó máa fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ láàárọ̀ ọjọ́ yẹn èmi náà rárá ṣe kí ni mo ra ní èmi àmúrò no àjọ máa jókòó ní ẹ̀yin ò lè wá láti ìlú òyìnbó kẹ take risk kẹ wá jókòó no àjọ máa jókòó together ni and myself and chief sat together throughout the journey mọ́tò wa dẹ̀ ló lead síwájú so tí nǹkan kan bá máa ṣẹlẹ̀ náà adúpẹ́ pé mò ń bọ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Afọláyan tí nǹkan kan bá máa ṣẹlẹ̀ náà èmi àti wọn náà lájọ máa àbí because mo rántí pé àwọn sójà wà àtọ́kọ́ tank wọ́n wà lọ́nà àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ lè testify sí but chief dẹ̀ bọ́lẹ̀ tó dẹ̀ ni à ń lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn sẹ́ kò sẹ́ni tó máa dá wa dúró àdẹ̀dẹ́bẹ̀ lágbára Elédùmarè ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè kọ́là tá a bá ti sọ ilé tán àwa padà sínú South Korea tá à ń bá lọ ẹ lọ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Afọláyan.
ẹkúṣẹ́ takuntakun gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọdún ẹ ṣáà máa tẹ̀síwájú ẹ ṣe ń ṣe lọ ẹ máa tẹ̀síwájú lóòótọ́ àwọn pípín yẹn wọ́n ti distract àwọn èèyàn confam mo gbé fi wọ́n ti distract mind àwọn èèyàn but whoever tí mo bá pàdé àwọn tí mo bá pàdé ọ̀padà I always direct them always direct wọn wá sọ́dọ̀ yín bí the only person you can be listening to now tí ò ní hypertension wọn lọ listen to Koiki àwọn méjì wà especially nínú Nàìjíríà yìí náà bí àwọn èyí dára bóyá kí ló ń gbórúkọ lady tí ìgbèdéke àti àwọn bàbá Èkìtì àti máa tó wà lọ́dọ̀ yẹn àwọn
Ọmọlúkà
máa sọ fún wọn pé kọ́ máa lọ lẹ́sìn sí tó bá wọn bí ti damage àwọn ti damage àti àwọn èèyàn gidi kan but ẹ̀yẹ continue kọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé kò tí ì dẹ́kun kò ní lóòótọ́ ni ó lè má ti dẹ́kun ṣé wọn gbọ́n sọ fún mi eégún ńlá ní kẹ́yìn ìgbàlẹ̀ ṣé wọn sá kó náà ló máa last eégún ńlá ní kẹ́yìn àwa gbogbo táìmì àwa ti fẹ́ kó ti dé bíbáyìí but àwọn onífẹ́ nǹkan tí àwọn bad government yìí tó máa tó lọ point ẹni tí tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ early àwọn government lè point àwọn fáwọn ló gbà fún yẹn wọ́n lè point but ẹ jẹ́ ká àdúrà ni pé ó di gẹ́gẹ́ tó ṣe tí wọ́n sáà tó gbogbo ẹ̀ máa fi rú gbogbo ẹ̀ máa fi dàrú pápátá so ẹ ṣáà máa continue iṣẹ́ lọ kó mọ bóyá ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ níbàdàn yẹn bó ṣe ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ káàkiri ní àwọn ètò ọlọ́run ní kó má àwọn gbàdúrà kínú ẹ̀ kú.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
àti onídìí ní táwọn èèyàn kan sọ fáwọn èèyàn sí pé ẹ lọ rọ oúnjẹ sínú ilé ẹni tẹ bá ní 10,000 tẹ bá ní 5,000 every round kan tẹ bá lè rẹ ra sí pé because we are praying kíkíní ìkòtì èmi ò gbàdúrà lọ́jọ́ kan ayé yìí kí Nàìjíríà dààmú ọlọ́run tó dá yóò máa tọrọ kò ní jẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà dààmú bí ṣe wà yìí yẹn sí báyìí ó yẹ kí n further education mi ò lè ṣe mi ṣe wà àtàntọ́ mi ṣe ń báyìí sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí sí marriage kò tí wà fún èmi àti ẹ máa pè mí ní ẹ̀gbọ́n ìmọ̀ the same age range èmi àti marriage now. I'm telling you.
táwọn ọmọ 20 years ẹ̀rọ aṣọ yẹn pẹ̀lú ẹlòmíì lẹ́nu bí apọ́tò ṣọ̀tì ní ẹ̀rọ aṣọ yẹn pẹ̀lú Ìgbòho jẹ́rí pé mi àti Ìgbòho nìyẹn ẹ̀rọ àwọn ọmọ 20 years old àwọn ọmọ 20 years old dẹ̀ ti ń ṣe kí ni wọ́n ti ń travel on their own. Is that not a very sad situation? Kí ọmọ 44 kó máa sì sọ pé àwọn ìtì máa rí àwọn bímọ mo sọ pé ní UK ìlú ọmọ 16 UK ló bímọ jù àwọn ọmọ 16 years old yẹn àgbàlagbà kò lè bá wọn sùn ní torí pé o ti rófin nìyẹn but àwọn ló bímọ jù nígbà tó wà ní Europe ni mo sọ yo UK àwọn UK ló bímọ jù àwọn ọmọ kékèké 16 years old. It's a very sad situation. Ọlọ́run bá wa ṣe lágbára Ọlọ́run ó kù díẹ̀ ni ẹ ṣé gan ni.
ọmọ Èkó làwà ọmọ Èkó lèmi àwa ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ nínú Èkó àwọn àtọ̀hún ìwà ló sọ̀rọ̀ nínú Èkó àti ẹni dáadáa ọ̀tọ̀hún ìwà sọ̀rọ̀ nínú Èkó but wọ́n máa fojú àwọn Èkó wọn máa rà rẹ̀ èèyàn kan sọ pé òun ló kàn that is òun á máa lọ gún àwọn àlejò wa wọ́n máa fi jọba lórí àwọn onílẹ̀ báyà àwọn Èkó ọlọ́run máa sọ pé ayé wa ò bàjẹ́ because mo mọ̀ pé the time is here. The time is here.
Thank you so much. Thank you all the Biafrans that have joined us as well. I can see some of you. Biafra is a spirit. My Yoruba in-laws, we are going together, definitely. Let me quickly just give us some update from the Biafra on Twitter with Simon Ekpa. There are some few updates that we can also pick up from them. This is a live transmission. We'll actually share it. Lawan wins as Supreme Court sacks Machina. Everything is fraud in Nigeria. Big fraud. But a lot of people did not see that Nigeria is a fraud. For me, 1 minute. I need to just stand up on my seat. I realize that I need to turn something up. I'm going to play a video and I'll come back to the Biafra on Simon Ekpa. There are some updates that we will pick from his page. Let's watch this and then let me take off my camera. Let's watch this together and then we'll come back.
It's a task that must be done by every Biafran. For this reason, you must save the following date. These dates are going to be very, very significant date. Very, very important date. Save the following date. The 23rd of February 2023. The 24th of February 2023. The 25th of February 2023. The 26th of February 2023. The 27th of February 2023 and the 28th day of February 2023. Save this date in your calendars and wait for further instruction as to what to do with those dates.
And that is Samonepa. Also, some of the update, Biafra Liberation has crashed the Naira, crashed the oil, and both of now scarce. You use Naira to buy Naira, there's no fuel, we are tightening the knot. So the more the problem, the more Nigeria will eventually fall apart. Once again, this is a live transmission. It's just almost 10 minutes before 1 p.m. local time in London. Muki Babawaleke, Amado UK. What are we going to do to those Yoruba agitation that police arrest? We expect them to be sorted out by the team, because only team to Kumajade. So those team needs to go into the police station and get them bailed, which I say I'm not going to mock at them. It's not worth mocking at them. Nigeria is a big problem, but they have an instruction that is being followed. So if the economy issue instruction here. And since the issue instruction here, I'm sorry, I cannot say anything because I don't know what led to how they came out and why they were out. And we're not without the instruction from Benin Republic, because we agree, we agree pẹ̀lú Bàbá Akíntóyè àti Ìgbòho mọ́, wọ́n ní àwọn méjèèjì yẹn wọ́n ti pẹ́ jù, wọ́n jẹ́ ká gba Yorùbá nation after 3 years. So anybody tí wọ́n bá arrest, àwọn leader wọn tí ó lé wọn tó kó wọn jáde, àwọn náà ní ká lọ pè kó dẹ̀ fi ṣe promotion nìyẹn. Èyí tó concern mi ni pé Nigeria has disrespected us and they continue to disrespect us, and until tá bá dá Nigeria wò with the views of either we are going to do it, in a peaceful way, which I believe is possible, but everybody, everybody, thank you, Julia Tosin. Breaking news: Ikeja ATM machine is now paying #1,000 naira per transaction, and the bank will deduct 35 naira. If you want to withdraw 10,000 naira, bank will deduct 350 naira. The bank name is Keystone. What a very sad situation on the ground that our people are facing. Muke went there, all the platforms. Let me see if there's any comment on our street Mixella. No, apart from the good morning. So we are looking into again. Let us remind ourselves if we have not, and this is again Biafra land under lock and key. Some ignorant idiots are still living in denial. We told them that this today. Ghost Town is counter INEC accreditation in Biafra land. They claim it was yesterday. Some claim it was the 4th. The truth is that it was the 4th in some part of the northern Nigeria, but today in part of Biafra.
Information 6th February 2023. Global News reported from Abia State Province of Biafra land. Normally comes to me 100%, as you can say.
Under lock and key.
People are ready to go.
Under lock and key. Look at what they've turned the Biafra land, without any investment. All their governors and their politicians, they are as criminal as the ones in the southwest and the middle belt.
Take time too. It is awesome. Yes. At the same time, I crave your indulgence to seek for more information. From 22nd of February to 28th of February, we Biafran people who are ready for an election. We have declared no election in Biafra land. Please get more information. Get more information very importantly.
Southeast part of Nigeria today. Please make sure this is another angle.
You're reporting from Abia State Province. You can say Mazinam comes at home is 100%. Tight, everybody's at home. Service so shown, even a blind can say that the Biafra people are ready to go for real. Yeah. At the same time, craving to the indulgence to let them know to listen to Biafra spokesperson, Mazamonepa, for net direction. That is coming on 22nd to 28th of February. Very importantly, because we do not support any election in Biafra land. We are not Biafra spokesperson. Our own over to here.
So again, at this we have another call that is coming through. Is our regular? Is one of our mothers? Okay.
Ẹ̀kọ́ ilẹ̀ sà.
Àwa ni ètò ní ẹ̀mọ̀.
Ẹ sà. Àwọn ọ̀dẹ̀ tí mo sọ fún yín mo ní Nàìjíríà wọ́n ti nídìí owó. Nàìjíríà ti káàsì. Wọ́n ti wá bá wa ṣe pásítọ̀tù wa, mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dé láti ibi tí mo ti lọ ṣe capturing. 100,000 ni wọ́n gbà lọ́wọ́ wa. Owó Nàìjíríà money 5 years. Mo ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dé ni mi ò lọ síbi iṣẹ́, mo ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dé ìsìn látàárọ̀ tí mo ti lọ. Wọ́n ti nílò owó Nàìjíríà ti káàsì, Nàìjíríà ti nílò. Anyway, tí Nàìjíríà ti lè gẹ́tò owó náà fi wá owó káàkiri báyìí. Wàhálà wà o. Then èmi máa ń sọ kinní kan fún yàn nípa àwọn tí wọ́n mú wípé èmi ò against anybody bẹ́ẹ̀ yìí náà ṣe máa ń sọ pé yóò against anybody. Ilé-ẹjọ́ nígbà tẹ́ pé pàtó fún bẹ̀rẹ̀ petition wọ́n gba ọ̀dọ̀ bàbá Akíntóyè àtọ̀dọ̀ bàbá Olóyè Sunday Igboho àtọ̀dọ̀ àwọn mídíà wa. Ó ṣe wá jẹ́ nígbà tó yá tó sign petition tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ẹni wọ́n á sọ pé bàbá ò mọ̀ ọ́ ṣe mọ́ àti bàbá Akíntóyè ò mọ̀ ọ́ ṣe mọ́ àti bàbá Olóyè Sunday Igboho. Àwọn mídíà almost be 50 mídíà wọn ò mọ̀ ọ́ ṣe mọ́. Ó wá jẹ́ ọ̀dọ̀ mídíà èèyàn kan ṣoṣo. Wọ́n wá ń lọ nísìnyí. So ìfọwọ́sowọ́papọ̀ ó ló lè gbé wa débi tá a lọ. Ìṣe pé káwọn kan máa ṣe nǹkan lọ́tọ̀ káwọn kan máa ṣe bí kò lè gbé wa débi kọ̀ọ̀kan. So ká fọwọ́sowọ́papọ̀ ká lè tètè débi tá a ń lọ. So nǹkan tí mo ní pé kí n dá sí nìyẹn.
Ẹ ṣe gan ya wa.
So kọ́ bá wa fọwọ́sowọ́papọ̀ nǹkan tá a fẹ́ nìyẹn. Ibì kan ní Yorùbá nation ní gbogbo wa jọ fẹ́ gbà àbí tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n ṣe Yorùbá nation làwọn fẹ́ gbà àbí tó bá jẹ́ pé nǹkan bí làwọn tí wọ́n jà fún nìkan. So ẹ kú ètò sà.
Ẹ ṣe gan ni ìyá wa, thank you so much. Ẹ kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ní gbogbo ibi tẹ́ ti ń gbọ́ wa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo South Korea láṣẹ fi ń ṣe mọ́mísí mi lọ ní 1980 ni wọ́n lọ sí South Korea. Bọ̀ká tó wo ibi tí wọ́n délé ní ibì kan ní South Korea ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. This was 1980. Àwọn náà ní a lot of protests rẹpẹtẹ that people were killed. I'm talking about South Korea. Wọ́n pa àwọn náà gan, but wọ́n give up because nǹkan kan tó ń fẹ́ òmìnira ni. So let's look at some of the images. So táwọn èèyàn bá ń sọ pé lẹ́ni pé, and I'm talking about, let's go and look at 1980. Títí lè ní wọ́n ṣì ń protest o. Ẹ wo gbogbo tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Àwọn náà wọ́n brutalize wọn gan. Just abortion brutalize wa lẹ́ni. Wọ́n ṣe kí ni? Wọ́n brutalize wọn gan. Ẹ ṣe gan ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ṣẹ́gun ọ̀nà. Wọ́n brutalize wọn. Ẹ ṣe gan ni ìyá wa Christina Ademola. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin lovers of freedom. So when we talk about South Korea, ẹ jẹ́ ká wo BBC report in 1980. This is a BBC report. Just as BBC is not reporting the atrocity in Nigeria, but láìpẹ́ wọ́n máa report ẹ̀ nígbà tí wòtòwòtò bá dé. So ní November 7, 2018, South Korea apologized for rapes during the 1980 Gwangju protest crackdown. So gbogbo tá à ń fèsì lẹ́nìí, South Korea has apologized for the rape of women by troops sent to crush anti-government protests 38 years ago. So when we talk about the atrocity tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìnyí ní Nàìjíríà, ẹ má jẹ́ ká mikàn, ẹ má jẹ́ ká bẹ̀rù. Èyí táwa náà ń go through nísìnyí, òun náà làwa náà máa fi bọ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe kí ni? Ẹ jẹ́ ká mú ọkàn wa lé. Ẹ jẹ́ kí ọkàn wa kó le ju bí Koiki ṣe ń jẹ́ kẹ́ni kó máa le lọ. A recent government investigation, the defence minister Olele, ó bow pé atrocity tó ṣe ní 38 years ago. Àwọn ọmọ tẹ́ ń wò tí mo ń ṣe fídíò wọn nísàlẹ̀ yẹn 2003 lọ bí àwọn ọmọ yìí. Àwọn kan ló jà kásán, my brother Ọlánìpẹ̀kun, gbogbo ẹ̀yẹn fọ̀ nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀. Just mo mọ̀ pé a lot of our people are going through depressed, stress, gbogbo nǹkan ló ń ṣe wá. And ó tó bẹ́ẹ̀ because Nigeria ń ṣe ìlú tá gbọ́dọ̀ love. Nigeria ti kó rọ̀gbàdì sí wa lára. Mo kí ìyàwó Janet Mati, ẹ káàbọ̀ mọ́mì. Mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo wa give up níbi tá a dé nísìn ẹ má bínú my face will come back on again. This was 38 years ago. But ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ wo fídíò yìí. Màá padà wá and let me mute my mic and open the desktop one and I'll come back in just about a few minutes.
A ceremony that honors those who lost their lives during the Gwangju uprising takes place at the site of the government crackdown. Jung-E Hang recalls the day when he was caught up in the fight between protesters and the South Korean military.
I remember I was on my way to work on May 18th, 1980, when soldiers were parachuted into the city. They started chasing me.
The May 18 Memorial Foundation says at least 154 people were killed when soldiers retook the city from demonstrators who opposed South Korea's military dictatorship. Dozens more went missing, and around 4,000 civilians were injured during the fighting that ended 9 days later. At the time, Seoul labeled the uprising as pro-communist. That is one reason why some foreign powers, like the United States, did not condemn the crackdown. That is according to George Katsiafikis, author of Asia's Unknown Uprisings.
They were very much worried that democracy in Korea, in South Korea, would mean a regime hostile to the United States.
Katsiafikis adds that without the Gwangju uprising, South Korea would not be a democracy today. But he and other observers say they are worried about the country's current handling of protests. In April, South Korean riot police forcibly put down a demonstration led by the families of those who died on the Sewol ferry. Amnesty International condemned the government's action and raised concerns over freedom of speech here. Some participants of the Gwangju uprising, like Na Il-sung, say this and other recent incidents make their sacrifice seem in vain.
It has been 35 years since our protest, and we have made progress. South Korea is a democracy, but I feel some of this progress is now rolling back, and it worries me as a survivor.
Na adds that democracy in South Korea is still something that needs to be fought for. Jason Struther for VOA News, Gwangju.
Ara ń tà ń sọ ẹ wo ohun táwọn go through kẹ wá wo ìyàtọ̀ tí àwọn ọmọ yìí fi lè wá sí London after 38 years of in tí àwọn náà go through. Let's watch this. Àwọn ọmọ tí a ṣe interview fún lánàá ní lánàá. Let's watch this together one more time. Ẹ jẹ́ ká release the audio yẹn.
You love your country.
It's very safe. Yes. And very clean and neat.
Okay? You can speak in the language and let her translate for me. I love language. Why do you love your country? Tell her, explain to her. Okay? Help each other. So if I say a country, how do you identify a country? Is it through your language, culture? What do you mean by country? Culture. So you have a culture. Oh, I love Korean food. But you eat a lot of rice.
Yeah.
A lot of rice.
Every single rice a day.
There's a Malayan rice, Thai rice, there's Korean rice. So how many hours from London to Korea?
14 hours.
Oh my God! So I will be coming. Maybe not this year. I have to save a lot of money. It's expensive. I'm a family man. I've got children, so I'm very, very busy man. But I will come down one day, and hopefully we will come across. I'll give you my YouTube channel, and you will probably find us. So hello to everyone. And what is the reason why you're coming to London?
We're 20. First time.
You're traveling on your own.
Yeah.
So how old are you? 20. So I'm sure you're single. Single?
Yes,
Except you. Congratulations. Thank you so much. This is Koikimedia, and these are our new friends.
They wanted to be separate from the country that the British Empire had imposed on us, which was this country of Nigeria, where they kind of took a bunch of independent nations who don't have anything to do with each other, don't even speak each other's language, don't relate. Many of them were even enemies and warring at the time. Smushed them all together and drew these arbitrary lines around them and called them countries and named those countries.
Right.
And said, now y'all get along and do a country for us and be a union for us. And then go through contentious, bloody independence processes that never really yield any real independence. You're still part of a commonwealth afterwards. True. And you have the eternal meddling in your affairs and the eternal extraction of your resources. And the eternal fomenting of divisiveness and infighting in order to be able to control you. This is what an oppressor does, a colonizer does. These are tactics and strategies of dominance.
Right.
We were subjected to that as a larger unit of Nigeria. And then when the Igbo people said, we want our own thing, let's go and do that. Well, it so happened to be that the territory that this new country of Biafra was going to be in included very, very rich oil reserves. And the British were not going to let go of that.
Wow.
And the people that they had put in power, their puppet Nigerian governments weren't going to do that either because they needed it for the Nigerian project.
Right.
And Britain needed it for its own interests and uses. So Great Britain got directly involved in this civil war and in the war for independence and decided that they would do everything to make sure that Biafra did not go.
Wow.
And this everything meant directly funding genocide of the people of Biafra.
Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. With the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. With the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians.
How are you taking Nigeria?
They facilitate their movement. They cover them.
You don't eat rice and beans.
What did Buhari do?
Buhari, you don't kill Nigeria. How are you taking Nigeria? Eh? How are you taking Nigeria? You don't just leave us eat tuwo no soup.
You don't leave us.
You don't eat rice and beans, no. and chicken. Don't they? And you know they see rice and chicken chop. No.
So who you want making win now?
Peter Obi, no.
You like Peter Obi?
Yes.
Why you like Peter Obi?
I'm Peter Obi, so say Peter Obi na big man.
Na big man, but he go work well, but
he work well, no.
He go take care of Nigeria.
Yes, inshallah.
That is what Nigeria has come to.
Oh, I swear. God will help us to go win. Everything will be better. You have everything going for you. And I don't want you to be discouraged. Please. Things are bad in Nigeria. But I believe you only for a short time.
because it depends on you. Whatever my generation might have done wrong, and I will be prepared to admit that my generation has done a lot wrong. It is for your generation to do it better. And don't just sit down and complain. Don't just sit down and complain. Sitting down and complain is like the anger of the people. You're on the same time, you'll be on the same line, on the same level, that you have to be proactive. And you have to make sure you get enough of what I call critical mass of people, like-minded people, who will be ready to say, yes, we can bring about the change. And you can bring about the change if you get the critical mass of people that are ready to slug it out. I always say, when people say, well, when will these old hands go out of the way? They won't go out of the way. You have to make them go out of the way. They won't voluntarily go out of the way. You have to make it uncomfortable for them. I'm not talking of violence, but bringing pressure to bear to make it uncomfortable for them. They will go out of the way. Now,
family wa gbogbo àìmọ̀ tó ń bẹ lókè òkun ò lè wálé ní àdúgbò àwọn kọ́mọ̀ jí wọn gbé gbogbo express ọ̀dẹ̀ kó bí káàkiri ọ̀nà Oǹdó Èkìtì káàkiri ìpínlẹ̀ Yorùbá Fúlàní jí wa gbé wọn pa wá so ìdí nìyí tàbí òfin ọ̀fẹ́ tàkà wọ ọ̀dọ́ ká jáde fúnra ká fáìtì ẹ̀tọ́ wa ká béèrè ráìtì wa lọ́wọ́ àkókò yìí so ìdí nìyí tí mo fi ń ṣe pé ẹni Fúlàní ẹ̀sìn náà ajínigbé ni ó kò lórí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Igangan báyìí ṣé ẹ lè sọ pé peace ti padà síbẹ̀ báyìí. Àlàáfíà ti wà ní gẹ́gẹ́ àwọn ará gàngán confirm ẹ̀pá àlàáfíà ti wà so kéde ẹ̀sìn bẹ̀ nìkan mo sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ síwájú pé kì í ṣe ìgàngàn nìkan ní àjẹkára gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátápátá lápapọ̀ láti máa béèrè ẹ jẹ́ ká dúpẹ́ lọ́lọ́ ká dúpẹ́ lọ gómìnà Ògùn state náà fúnra wọn náà sọ pé àwọn nífẹ̀ẹ́ wọ́n fi hàn pé àwọn nífẹ̀ẹ́ àwọn tí àwọn ń ṣèjọba lé lórí because tí gómìnà bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ àwọn mẹ̀kúnnù tó ń ṣèjọba lé lórí Ògùn state kò ní gbà wá láyè pé káwá fèsì àwọn Fúlàní ẹ̀sìn mẹ́rin náà so fúnra ìjọba ló sọ pé ó ti tó gẹ́ fáwọn Fúlàní ẹ̀sìn mẹ́rin torí pé àwọn tóun ń ṣèjọba lé lórí lẹ̀ ń pa so ìdí nìyí tàbí wá sóògùn state lé ní. ṣé táwọn pàdé ẹ ti rí gómìnà báyìí. mi ti rí wọn but èmi ò pé ibi tójú ìjà bá wà lẹ́ka kọ́kọ́ lọ tàbá lé àwọn Fúlàní tàbá lé tán a máa padà lọ bájọba láti kí wọn. àtẹwọ́ à ń lọ sí yewa là ń lọ báyìí torí pé a rí pé ibẹ̀ gangan ni àwọn Fúlàní ajínigbé yìí ni wọ́n ti ń ṣe jàǹbá fáwọn ọmọ Ògùn state púpọ̀ jù tó ibẹ̀ gangan là ń lọ sí báyìí.
a gbọ́ pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá wọ́n ń gbàgbọ́dé fún yín ṣóòtọ́ ni àbí ẹ rí support látọ̀kọ̀ Yorùbá.
èmi ò tí ì rí Yorùbá kankan tí mo lè sọ fún gbàgbọ́dé ṣe ti understand because gbogbo Yorùbá ló dìde ìjà bá ń jà ìjà gbogbo Yorùbá ni ẹ lè rí pé àti mùsùlùmí àti kókò gbogbo ní jà ìgbà Ìgbòho nìkan gbogbo wa là ń jà gbogbo Yorùbá kan ń gbé àbọ̀dẹ̀fẹ́ nìkan kan gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní diaspora gbogbo ọ̀nà dìde tán so gbogbo àwọn ọba náà ti dìde gbogbo àwọn ọba ti dìde everybody ti dìde kò sí pé bóyá Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò náà dìde ó ń bínú so gbogbo àlà ń bínú papọ̀ kì í ṣe pé Yorùbá kan ń ságbàbọ̀dé so ìjà tá ń jà ìjà gbogbo Yorùbá ni ó dẹ̀ ti dópin ẹ̀ náà kò sẹ́ náà.
What a very interesting time to be alive. Ẹ wo intí bàbá wa ẹ ṣe gan ni ìyá wa Janet Martin, we are running a deaf government in location 419. Our politicians are scammers. Àwọn tẹ́ ẹ̀ rí tó wà ń sàlẹ̀ yẹn mo fẹ́ link ẹ̀ mọ́ intí Danjuma sọ. If you wait for the military, you will all be killed. Kọ́lọ̀ fọ̀run kẹ́ àwọn tó kù yìí. Katsina is the President Buhari hometown. Death toll as terrorist attack rises to 84 people have died and no word from the governor. Àwọn tẹ́ ẹ̀ rí tó kú sílẹ̀ lẹ́yìn. These are people that were killed by the terrorists. Àwọn tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń wò yìí. All these people are dead. And exactly what Danjuma was saying, let's hear that. I'll come back again. We're still live, which is still Mukiyawa Unit Ladipo, Muki Buganti and Darapomowa. What we are just doing is we're just doing a refresher. Actually, sorry, or South Korea, yeah. But behind the scene, Mofe mute Arami for just about 2-3 minutes again. Then I'll play a couple of more videos. Then Tibati Pada Day, Energy Ati Walarami. Then we can then go straight into South Korea. I will not take calls as well because of the videos that they play. Ejeka Gbonti Danjuma, so I'm coming back again.
They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude.
So what do they expect of us now that this war is on our doorstep? Of course, there has got to be civil mobilization. And if we keep waiting for this to be centrally handled, we're all going to become, if we're not already slaves in our land. That to me is personally intolerable. It's not an acceptable condition. And whatever it takes, I stand ready to contribute in any way.
It's not about sentiments. It's that there are a group of people in this country that feels that this country should be Islamized. This is a fact. I said when we start mentioning names of people in this government that we have interrogated. I was a member of an interrogation team, and I've interrogated a very high-ranking member of this government in 2007, 2008 on the issue of Boko Haram. I interrogated him. He's in this government right now. And what was the issue? Boko Haram. And this senior officer was actually let go because he was found culpable. But right now he's in the government. You see, we must say the truth, because if you don't, this country is going down the precipice. We have been set back more than 60 years right now. We've gone back to the time before 1966 now. And whoever is coming back to repair this country has a lot of work to do. This country has never been polarized, so we cannot run away from it. We have never been this much polarized. I'm a federal person. My mind is federal. My brain is federal. My loyalty is federal. I do things for the federal government. So I cannot come here and try to be sentimental. No, I'm a federal person. Will your life be at risk now that they're hearing you? I don't care. I don't care. And my colleagues, they know me. Those who are listening to me, they know me. I don't care. The issue is that this country is bigger than any individual. That is the issue.
Mo lọ sọ́sítù mo lọ wo tó ti bà mí lọ́kàn jẹ́ pé ojú ẹsẹ̀ mo ti pé àwọn Fúlàní tí wọ́n wá nǹkan tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lé ọ̀dà gbogbo wa àjọ wà láàrin ara wa ní kí nǹkan máa ṣẹlẹ̀ kò múnú ẹ̀yẹ̀ dùn nǹkan tí ìbàlújẹ́ ni àwọn tó ṣe wẹ̀ alẹ́ ló wù wọn aráàlú wọn wù wọn ṣàbẹ̀bẹ̀ tí ló wù wọn gbogbo ẹ̀ àti ṣe ìpàdé lórí gidigidi.
wọ́n ti gba àwọn àlejò níwájú wa wọ́n ti jù wá lọ. àwọn ni wọ́n ń pàṣẹ fún wa àwọn ni wọ́n ń ṣe wọ́n bó ṣe wù wá. bí ká dáko kó wá jẹ oko wa èyàn sì gbọ́dọ̀ fọ́ kẹ́ màálù wọn. wọ́n wá ń sáwà ní ìsákúsá ni wọ́n ń pa wá nípakúpa. lọ́wọ́ tí Nàìjíríà bá lè rí ṣe fún wa. kẹ́ ẹ dákun torí Ọlọ́run kẹ́ gbà wá lọ́wọ́ àwọn tá gbà lálejò yẹn gbà wá ní o ẹ dákun.
àwọn Fúlàní ní wà pé wọn níbo bí mo tán lè pè ní ilé ju tán ti lo àìmọye ọdún àwọn míì ti ń súnmọ́ ọgọ́rùn-ún ọdún tó ti lè pé
ẹgbọ́rọ̀ burúkú tí máa ìgbé sọ ẹgbọ́rọ̀ ọ̀dẹ̀ tó fi sọ ìwé.
ìgbọ́lá tó wá fẹ́ kí wọ́n pè ní ilé ṣùgbọ́n
ṣé ń gbọ́ máa lé Yorùbá
láàrin wọ̀ ìgbó ṣiṣẹ́ páálí wọn jìnnà á sì lè yọ wọ́n kúrò nínú àwọn èèyàn gidi ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn ni ìgbésẹ̀ tí a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gbé báyìí ilé-ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ à ń ṣe iṣẹ́ takuntakun iṣẹ́ ribiribi láti fi jẹ́ pé adẹ́kun gbogbo orúwà yìí náà ló fi fà á ló jẹ́ pé ọjọ́ ìjókòó tó kọjá ìgbìmọ̀ tẹ́kótó lé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin nípa ètò ààbò èsì ìrìn àjò wọn tí wọ́n rìn káàkiri ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ láti fi wo ibi tí ètò ààbò dé ni wọ́n ṣe jíṣẹ́ ibi tí wọ́n ti jíṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ lèlé náà ti jíṣẹ́ fún lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ tó ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ lágbègbè mi eléyìí tó ti gbé wọn dìde padà pé wọ́n lọ wá bó ṣe jókòó àlàáfíà láti fi àwọn olórí àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ dáradára yìí àtàwọn Fúlàní pẹ̀lú àwọn èèyàn wa pọ̀ pé báwo la ṣe yọ àwọn tó jẹ́ kàńdánù rẹ̀ sí kúrò láàrin wa.
ṣé gbogbo ala rántí Olúwabámiṣé ẹ̀jẹ̀ rán yín létí ilé pa wá lẹ́kún díẹ̀. This was the last video Bámiṣé did before she was killed in the Lagos transport tí a mọ̀ sí BRT.
wọ́n ní mọ́tò yẹn báyìí
ọdún ẹ̀mọ́ jáde
ni màmá jókòó sí ẹ̀yìn ni mo wà ìlú wà lẹ́yìn orí ìjọ.
The audio will come out.
wọ́n ní mọ́tò yẹn báyìí èèyàn pátápátá ni màmá jókòó sí ẹ̀yìn ni mo wà ìlú wà lẹ́yìn orí ìjọba yẹn ló ń wú lọ́gbọ́n títí orúkọ bóyá nọ́mbà bí ọ̀sẹ̀ sábà bóyá ẹ̀sìn ọlọ́kọ̀ mi ò wà lẹ́yìn má sọ fẹ́ níbo má sọ fẹ́ níbo ní mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ìdìbò sáré lọ ní ọba àti wọ́n máa fi ìṣèlú ṣe ẹtí kọ̀ọ̀kan bá ṣe ààrẹ.
Imagine tó bá yẹ pé Bámiṣé ti sọ fún arábìnrin tó ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ pé ìjọba mi sọ fáwọn aráalé pé BRT tó ń gbé mi lọ́ọ̀tán náà BRT Lagos State ti sanwó lóòótọ́ náà wọ́n pa Bámiṣé àwọn Lagos State governor pa Bámiṣé wọ́n jòkó ẹ̀ sí èbúté mẹ́ta wọ́n já sí wòwò wọ́n ti lo ń tọ́ máa lò lára ẹ̀ ẹ̀já gbọ́ fídíò yẹn lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí.
èèyàn pátápátá ni màmá jókòó sí ẹ̀yìn ni mo wà ìlú wà lẹ́yìn orí ìjọba yẹn ló ń wú lọ́gbọ́n.
ṣé gbogbo eléyìí làwọn á máa sọ pé Yorùbá nation àwa sọ di àwàdà kẹríkẹrí asọ di kọ́mẹ́dì ṣé gbogbo eléyìí ò tó kó máa kàn wá lóminú tí a dẹ̀ ń sọ pé Yorùbá nation kò ń ṣe ń ta máa fi máa sọ di kọ́mẹ́dì wọ́n ní àwa ò tó kù àmọ́ ṣe mọ́ Bámiṣé lélẹ̀ February ó máa pọ́dún kan tí Bámiṣé máa kú mo mọjọ́ tó kú gangan bọ̀tá bá lọ wò lórí internet ò kí ń parọ́ Bámiṣé life expectancy was taken away. She was murdered. Her body was discovered on the 7th of March. 9 days later tí Bámiṣé kú lọ́sẹ̀ tó rí òkú ẹ̀ kábíyèsí Elédùmarè Ọlọ́run ọba nǹkan ń bẹ nínú Nàìjíríà nǹkan ń bẹ èmọ́ ti wọ̀ wọ́ lára Bámiṣé tó bá jẹ́ pé ó mọ̀ ni àbámọ̀ kò bá sọ fún wọn pé ẹ bá mi sọ fún ìyá mi mọ́tò tí mo wà nínú ẹ̀ yóò yé mi ọ̀rọ̀ mọ́tò yóò fẹ́ yé mi ìkúnlẹ̀ abiyamọ ẹni tó pa Bámiṣé nísìn no justice ó ti lọ pé 1 year I believe she was killed in February ní ti bá rántí ìkúnlẹ̀ abiyamọ òun là ń wò lọ yìí ṣé bí a ṣe máa sọ Yorùbá nation àwa sọ di àwàdà kẹríkẹrí ẹja tún gbọ́ fídíò ẹ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí máa tún mute ara mi mo padà bọ̀.
Wo ni mọ́tò yẹn báyìí èèyàn pátápátá ni màmá jókòó sí ẹ̀yìn ni mo wà ló wà lẹ́yìn orí dráìvà yẹn lè wú lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ títí rí orúkọ bóyá nípa ìyá ọtí ẹni lẹ́yìn sábà fàdúrà ẹ̀sìn gbogbo alákọ̀ọ́mọ̀ ìgbà lẹ́yìn má sọ fẹ́ mi tó mọ̀ mọ̀ sí ti pàṣẹ lọ́dọ̀ ní ọba àti rí wọ́n máa fi ìfèmí ṣe yẹ tí kò bá ṣe ààrẹ wo ni mọ́tò yẹn báyìí èèyàn pátápátá ni màmá jókòó sí ẹ̀yìn ni mo wà ló wà lẹ́yìn orí dráìvà yẹn ló ń wú lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ títí rí orúkọ bóyá nípa ìyá ọtí ẹni lẹ́yìn sábà fàdúrà ẹ̀sìn gbogbo alákọ̀ọ́mọ̀ ìgbà lẹ́yìn.
How we've been having this conversation about the unity of Nigeria. And I reflect back at some of the prominent statements made by some of our founding leaders. And I feel that probably this would help us to have a conversation on the Nigerian unity. I just brought forth, not to bore you, first, and I quote, not my statement, Nigeria is not a nation. It is a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. This is accredited to Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the former Prime Minister of the Western Region. The second one, and I quote, it is true that we politicians always delight in talking loosely about the unity of Nigeria. 60 years ago, there was no country called Nigeria. What is now Nigeria consisted of several large and small communities, all of which were different in their outlooks and beliefs. The advent of the British and that of Western education has not materially altered the situation, and the many and varied communities have not knit themselves into a composite unit. This is accredited to Sir Amado Bello, former Premier of Northern Region. The third, and I quote, since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country. But the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs, and do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. The Nigerian unity is only a British intention for the country. This is.
Let's come back into the program again. We have just about 50 minutes. So about the just under we're going to 3 hours long. So we have an hour from now. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo ọ̀rọ̀ kéèsì Bámiṣé yìí lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Life expectancy ní Nàìjíríà is 57 years old. Tó bá mọ̀ tó mean. Gbogbo tí àwọn ìjọba gbogbo àgbáyé sọ ni pé ẹni tó bá ń gbé nínú Nàìjíríà, mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí pé ẹ tún káàbọ̀ fẹ́yìn tí ẹ ṣe wà lórí ètò. mo kí gbogbo èyí tí a jọ ń fi ẹ̀mí bá lọ. Nigeria is a really, really messed up country. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo àwọn ọmọ South Korea yìí, ká compare wọn sí Bámiṣé. Ṣé Bámiṣé ò kí ń ṣe èèyàn ni? Mo fẹ́ adjust it. Okay, let me bring her close like this so that call it line up together. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo Àyànwọlé rather, Bámiṣé that was killed in Lagos State. Kí dẹ̀ rò pé àwọn ọmọ yẹn kọ́kọ́ sọ, àwọn girls yẹn, nígbà tí à ń play àwọn fídíò wọn, ẹ jẹ́ á gbọ́ nǹkan tó sọ again.
So why do you love your country?
It's very safe.
Okay.
And very clean. And
Ẹgbọ́n nǹkan tó kọ́kọ́ sọ, mo bi àwọn ọmọ yẹn pé why do you love your country? Ẹgbọ́n tó sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, ẹ farabalẹ̀ kẹ́ bá mi ká lọ nínú the last part of this program so that kí a lè bá mọ̀ pé interfi ṣeré yìí kò ń ṣe níta máa fi ṣeré rárá. Ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń dùn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn nínú ọkàn ni.
So why do you
okay, mo ti change direction yẹn. Ṣé rí Yorùbá nation tá à ń bá bọ̀ láti 3 years glasses mi dà tó fi débi tó dé lótìtọ́ lódodo, a lot of people want to past 2 days have been like roller coaster with the craziness of our people. They turn Yoruba nation struggle into a comedy show. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, it's a very painful one. This is Oluwa Bámiṣé Àyànwọlé that was killed on the BRT in Lagos State. Why was she killed? Ta ló lè sọ ìdí tó ṣe pa? Kí ni one of the main reason tí wọ́n ṣe pa Bámiṣé? Ẹgbọ́n kan táwọn ọmọ South Korea yìí sọ nígbà tí mo bi wọ́n pé why do you love your country? Ìyẹn ṣáà láti love ìlú ẹ̀ lọ́ máa ń sọ. Àwọn èèyàn ní ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ love Nàìjíríà, o lè jókòó sí UK, o fẹ́ da Nàìjíríà rú. Mo kí bàbá wa Honourable Sadiq Ọlọ́run. Mo kí gbogbo wa ní different local government tower. Orúkọ mi ni Olayomi Koiki tí gbogbo yín mọ̀ sí koikimedia. I am not the most educated among all the Yorubas. I am not the bravest. But I am pleading now with àwọn tí wọ́n sọ pé ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation yẹn àwọn they get involved. Kò ń ṣe pé àgbọ̀ but they just go get involved because they jẹ́ kọ́ mọ̀ pé mi náà ń ṣe Yorùbá nation. I only pity a lot of you. I know your children that are not in Nigeria is safe. And those of you that are in Nigeria, I can only pray, may Nigeria not happen to any one of our family back home. Àwọn ọmọ South Korea yẹn, the most important part tó sọ nínú gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tí a lè mú jáde tá a bá tẹ̀ gbogbo gbìtìgbìtì tó ń sọ torí pé àwọn ìbò ní wá yàtọ̀ èdè dẹ̀ ni wọ́n, but at least àwọn tẹ̀ gbọ́ English. Ẹja gbọ́n kan tó tún sọ again.
So why do you love your country?
Mo ní why do you love your country? Kí ló dé tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ ìlú ẹ? At least àwọn kan ní Christian wọ́n ní a gbọ́dọ̀ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ìlú wa, Mùsùlùmí àtàwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe. Ṣé gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ jẹ́ ọmọ Nàìjíríà lénìí, ṣé ẹ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ìlú yín? Do you love the country? Is a question. Some say it's a bad leadership. They've run the country down. The politicians are wicked, but we can bring a new set of people and they will come and change. Some say, no. Let's make sure pé àwa ló kàn, àwa la máa kọ́kọ́ sort ara wa out. Àwọn kan ní no, let's bring PDP. Àwọn kan ní no, let's bring Kwankwaso. I don't know what Sowore is going to do, but he's just doing his best as it is right now, and we appreciate it. Because Sowore stands with revolution, but it's just pushing that narrative whether people will vote him. Why do you love your country? Ejagbo respond one.
it's very safe.
Only is it is very safe. Was Lagos safe for Bámiṣé? Bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ títí di wákàtí, wọ́n ti fún wọn ní fiat ó dà pé fiat làwọn family ẹ̀ náà need kọ́tẹ̀ fún àwọn ní fiat káwọn lè ṣe kéèsì yẹn fúnra wọn wọ́n ti fi da kéèsì yẹn rú just as they've done in the past àmì tó pa Délégi wá Pẹ̀lúmi Onífádé àbẹ̀tí gbàgbé yẹn náà Pẹ̀lúmi Onífádé was not safe whereas 38 years ago ní 2018 defence minister òun bow láti apologize fún atrocity tí ìlú yẹn ṣe fún àwọn aráàlú ní 1980 can you imagine so one day gbogbo àwọn politicians yìí wọ́n máa fẹnu wọn wá gbolẹ̀ láti apologize nítorí pé bí àwọn ìlú kan náà bọ́ ṣe marginalize àwọn aráàlú wọn àwọn South Korea lélẹ́yìí o àwọn aráàlú náà ni wọ́n ń lò láti fi paráàlú because ẹni tó bá ti wọṣọ sójà ó gbọ́dọ̀ defend ìlú yẹn even if it's wrong and in 1980 the South Koreans were killed just as we are seeing it today. Let's watch this video. I guess this is May 18, 1980. 200 people were killed. We can never even know the amount of people that were killed. But one thing is, ibi tá bá ti ń push, tá à ń sọ pé àfẹ́ kankan tí a dẹ̀ dúró lórí that narrative, ó pẹ́ bóyá ẹ lè má láìpẹ́ ká jà lóòótọ́ nítorí pé ìtàjẹ̀sílẹ̀ ń ṣe tó dáa àní pé parí ètò yìí ó kù 40 minutes precisely. But the question is, ṣé Nigerian government lè bá wa dialogue? Ìbéèrè ni o. Ṣé Nigerian government ǹjẹ́ wọ́n lè bá wa dialogue pé ká pín kí àwọn Biafra máa lọ, kí Middle Belt máa lọ, kí Yorùbá máa lọ, àwọn tó dẹ̀ kù tó òfin lọ kó máa lo orúkọ Nàìjíríà? But kò ń ṣe tá a bá sọ pé Nigerian government àwọn Yorùbá politician náà ní Nigerian government kò ń ṣe precisely Fulani and they are not going just like Mr. John say capital no. Àwọn Yorùbá politicians àwọn jẹgúrújẹrá àwọn jẹun sókè jẹun sílẹ̀ àwọn máa fi politics máa fi ta àwọn kan wà nísìn wọ́n wà nínú pálọ̀ wọn wọ́n debate wọ́n discuss tí Tinubu bá ti wọlé ó ní project kan tí mo ti ń lé tipẹ́ ó ní ìgbé kan tí mo fẹ́ gbà just like olè bàráwò bánsá èyí tẹ́ ń pè ní former senator yín ní Àlímọ̀ṣọ́ tó tútù lọ sógùn state nísìn ẹ̀ràn mi lórúkọ ẹ̀ ẹ̀ràn mi létí orúkọ ẹ̀ kí lórúkọ ẹ̀ ń jẹ́ náà that criminal ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà l'Àlímọ̀ṣọ́. Àlímọ̀ṣọ́ is the biggest local government. Yayi olè ẹ̀jẹ̀ lọ gbójú ẹ̀ jáde oníkùn bẹ̀m̀bẹ̀m they are all criminals àwọn tó yẹ kẹ́ ti dá sídìí sí lára làwọn yẹn but at the end of the day a ní Koiki má máa sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Yayi Nàìjíríà níbo ni kíní wà Burújí Kàṣámù wà lẹ́ni nísìn. Yayi olè criminal ó kúrò ní Àlímọ̀ṣọ́ ó tún lọ sí Ògùn state ẹ wo bó ṣe rí gbogbo wọn lọ ti ṣe oríṣiríṣi oògùn àwọn dẹ̀ lówó so gbogbo oríṣiríṣi babaláwo pásítọ̀ àwọn àfáà oríṣiríṣi ló wà lórí paycheck wọn tó ń bá wọn ṣàdúrà. Is a criminal just as a lot of you do not understand. Yayi lélẹ̀ nísìn tó bá ń sọ pé criminal ẹ máa mú Yayi ẹ máa mú amúsùn lélẹ̀ they are all criminal. Àwọn Yorùbá politician ni wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ìran Yorùbá gba òmìnira gbà fẹ́ dá dúró àwọn ni because tá a bá sọ pé a wà nínú ìnira lẹ́ni Maze Gold welcome on board Juliet Tosin aside you God first Daniel welcome on board mo kí ìyàwó Adéníkẹ́ Àyànmọ́lówó I hope mo pronounce orúkọ yín dáadáa mà ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn politician wa wọ́n follow in tí bàbá wó lọ́wọ́ mú jáde ń sọ fún yín ẹ rántí ibi tí mo lọ ní ẹ má bínú pàṣẹ tó yàgbà. àfi invest má bínú ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo ibi tí mo lọ níjọ́ Friday tá à ń pè ní Lancaster House.
President of Nigeria on his own youth age
the audio is good. Maybe you have to come back out. Am I disturbed what they say, please? I don't want any distraction. So all these audio clear. Sort it out. There's nothing wrong with the audio because you are the only person. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ìyá mi.
There's no audio.
Jẹgúrú jẹrá. Ọlámilékan Yáyì bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Mr. Sole ni Mr. Koiki, how do you show Nigerian politicians will apologize? Have you ever seen anyone before? Even the colonial master leader, late Queen Elizabeth, didn't apologize before her death. Òdodo ọ̀rọ̀. Ṣé mo kí bọ̀bọ̀ kan lọ sí church nígbà kan ó lọ challenge the Queen? Ṣé mo lè rí fídíò yẹn ṣá? Queen challenge at the church for slave trade. Bọ̀bọ̀ kan ó challenge Queen, ìyẹn late Queen. Kódà ibo ni fídíò yẹn wà náà? Tóyìn Àgbètú against protest against the Queen. Ṣé òun lélẹ̀ ṣá? Bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn wọnú church lọ. Fact check this Nigerian activist slogan. Màá wá fídíò yẹn jáde. Tí bá ti rí màá lò nínú the next broadcast kí máa kó délé wa. Ẹ yẹ ká gbọ́ díẹ̀ sí níbí by again.
I'm serious. Baba Awolowo came here to negotiate during the conference in 1957, 1958, 1959. But while they were having all this conference, this is after 46 years. 46 years of the creation of Nigeria was when we were now saying, let us have a bit of freedom. You cannot be.
So, báwo lẹ ṣe expect kí Ọlámilékan Yáyì pẹ̀lú gbogbo wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn Yorùbá politician PDP APC láti wá support agenda Yorùbá nation? Ẹ̀rọ orí ẹ̀ bó ṣe dàbí orí bọ́ọ̀lù méjì. They are all criminals in disguise. Ẹ̀rí bóyá rí. Owó tó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tó ti jalè tó ti jí bó ṣe wà yẹn kò lè afford kó má jẹ another senator. Kọ́ lè kọ́lọ́pàá fún kọ́lọ́pàá máa tẹ̀lé ó dẹ̀ láwọn ọmọ eruku gbàtẹ́pọ̀ àwọn èèyàn ìyà ń jẹ yín. Àwọn òyìnbó àwọn South Korea lẹ́rí yẹn àwọn ọmọ 20 years old wọ́n nídìí táwọn ṣe wá sí London ni pé àwọn wá ṣe holiday. Àná rẹ̀ ti sọ pé ní South Korea àwọn náà ti go through problem rẹ̀ which is what we were looking at here in these protest. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ protesting. Ṣé rí pé àtayébáyé làwọn èèyàn máa ti ń bá sójà jà ṣẹ́ríjà bó ṣe ń lọ. But ìjà yìí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 1980 òun ló fún àwọn ọmọ yìí ní peace of mind nísìn. Àwọn ọmọ tẹ́ ń wò yìí tèmi bá ya picture yìí. Ìjà táwọn kan jà nígbà yẹn òun ló fún àwọn náà ní peace of mind nísìn. So kò ń ṣe gbogbo èèyàn ló máa agree pẹ̀lú wa lórí ìrìn àjò tá a gbé dání. Ẹ má expect pé gbogbo èèyàn ló máa agree pẹ̀lú wa. Ṣẹ̀ríran. Their government is now apologizing. You can see that. According to the BBC. This article was in 2018. Mo kí àtòbí mi lọ́mọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa tó wà nílé ẹ kú ìrọ́jú Nàìjíríà. 1980. The soldiers wọ́n rape àwọn innocent women ní the city of Ganju. And they have also apologizing to the victims. Ṣé àwọn tọ̀dọ̀ tí wọ́n máa apologize? The southwestern city ibi tá à ń kà lọ lélẹ̀. Because àwọn kan tá a bá sọ pé Koiki ó ń tì wá sẹ́nu kú ó jókòó sí London. But I am now showing you that ìdí tí èmi lè láǹfààní àti bá ọmọ ìyá picture ni pé àwọn kan sacrifice, which is what we are looking here. There was a massive protest that took place níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn. I mean, kò tí pẹ́ púpọ̀ 1980. How many years now? Almost probably ó ti lọ bí 40 years. No, kò tí lè tó 40. 1980 títí di wákàtí 30 something years. But after 30 something years, àwọn the new generation àwọn ọmọ tó bí ní 2003 Everybody ṣe peace nínú picture yẹn, and they were even happy láti communicate pẹ̀lú mi. They were excited. Okay, láti 1980 títí di wákàtí 43 years. Okay, so láàrin 43 years yẹn 23 years làwọn ọmọ tẹ̀ ń wò yìí, àwọn ọmọ kékèké tẹ̀ ń wò yìí, they are 23 years old, and they are more safe in their country now than the way the country was operated before, which is what they are saying here. Again.
So why do you love your country?
It's very safe.
It is very safe because ìdí tó ṣe safe nísìnyí ni pé àwọn generation kan ní 1980 wọ́n dúró pé tí sójà máa pa àwọn kó pa àwọn the next generation gbọ́dọ̀ suffer, òun làwọn ń ṣe nísìnyí tẹ́lẹ̀ sọ pé ká shut up. Ṣe rí pé ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn, ṣe rí ọ̀rọ̀ Korea àwọn ọmọ yìí à á fi ṣe program léraléra. Advantage máa jáde nínú ẹ̀, disadvantage náà máa wà. Disadvantage ni pé people died during those protests as well, and that is the price for freedom. Àwọn ọmọ tẹ́ ń wò yìí, when I asked them how old are you, wọ́n ní we are all in our 20s. So some generation fought to make sure that these children, because ọmọ kékèké ni wọ́n, they're adult, but so when those of you that are shouting that Koiki ò lè jókòó sí abroad, kó máa sọ pé kó máa dá ogun sílẹ̀, a dẹ̀ ti agree pé mi kan mo fẹ́ dá ogun sí Nàìjíríà nísìn, because rówó lò mọ́ nísìn, ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin arówó lò, kò sẹ́ni tó ẹni tó lówó gan rówó gbà, but irú àwọn criminal yáyì, àwọn fọ́lí, àwọn olórí burúkú olè politician yín tó yẹ kẹ́ máa jòkó fún lójoojúmọ́, ẹ jòkó fún wọn, ẹ wá ń bára yín jà nínú petrol station, àwọn kan wá máa record, ẹ ń jòkó fúnra yín, ẹ ń bára yín jà, tó yẹ kẹ́ lọ síwájú ilé àwọn politician yín, kẹ́ deal pẹ̀lú wọn, kẹ́ ṣe wọn bó ṣe ń ṣọṣẹ́, but you don't want to do that. Rather, ara yín lẹ̀ ń bá jà. Mélòó ni gbogbo àwọn agbèrò tó ń gbé káàkiri náà, tí èèyàn 5,000 bá délé yáyì, ẹ dì nígbà tẹ́ bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń jókòó, kódà tó bá ń yìnbọn, tó bá yẹ ẹni tó ń yìnbọn gan sẹ̀, òkú àbá lórí. But ẹ fẹ́ ṣe yẹn, ẹ ń dúró de ọmọ Adéyẹmọ Sunday Ìgbòho ṣà ìmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá. Kò dìgbà tá a bá dúró de Sunday, because already there is poverty, there is pain going on. So ṣé àwọn South Korea yìí nísìn tọ́jà táwọn kan kú, ìwọ wá fẹ́ gbéra láti Nàìjíríà, ó wá ní kó fún ẹ ní passport wọn? You must be mad. You think it's gonna be easy? Kódà I'm sure kò tó bá marry wọn, we had two people, àwọn kan ní wọ́n kì í fún yàn ní passport, àwọn kan ní tó bá marry ọmọ ìlú yẹn wọ́n fún ẹ ní passport. Wọ́n ní Japan náà kì í fún anybody ní passport, wọ́n yìí máa fún yín ní passport. How are they going to give us their passport nígbà tó jẹ́ pé àwọn kan fi ẹ̀jẹ̀ wọ́n fi make sure pé wọ́n gba freedom? Àwa wá jókòó, èmi sọ fún yín látọdún mẹ́ta pé a fẹ́ kúrò nínú monster country, ìtàjẹ̀sílẹ̀ máa wà. Koiki máa sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ níjọ́ Saturday, ìtàjẹ̀sílẹ̀ máa wà ní Ìbàdàn. Ní àná ní Katsina, àwọn tí ń sọ pé almost 100 people were killed, ìtàjẹ̀sílẹ̀ máa wà. Kílẹ̀ òlé tó ṣúlẹ̀ nísìn, a tún máa rí news míì tó máa sọ pé èèyàn kan tún kú ní last week Sunday. Ìyẹn kò ń ṣe Sunday léyìí o, ṣé Sunday last week lọ́hùn, ẹ̀jẹ̀ máa ta sílẹ̀ tí kọ̀ǹténà já sórí àwọn kan ní Ojú Ẹlẹ́gba. Èèyàn 10 ló jó ránrán ní Ondo State, èèyàn 38 ló kú ní Bauchi. Ṣé gbogbo àwọn numbers yìí ṣé kò ẹ̀yin ò mọ̀ pé ìtàjẹ̀sílẹ̀ náà nìyẹn ni? So àwa náà fẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation. Èèyàn kan wá ń bi mí pé kí ni way forward ló ti ń wò nínú fídíò yìí tó bá ti yẹ. Way forward tí a máa fi kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà, tá a máa fi force Nàìjíríà into dialogue, òun ló ń wò yẹn nínú àwọn ti South Korea, because Ọlọ́run tẹ̀ ló ní kí n pàdé àwọn ọmọ ìlànà. So ṣe rí program tá a máa ṣe, èmi àtàwọn ọmọ ìlàjọba máa ṣe, wọ́n dẹ̀ wá okay pé kí n record wọn, so there's nothing wrong. But ìbéèrè tí mò ń bí wọlé rè nísìnyí pé wo sister wa Tọ́pa yìí, Àyànwọlé Bámiṣé yìí, ṣé orí tí àwọn tìsàlẹ̀ yẹn ní, kí ló dé tí Bámiṣé náà orí yàn ṣe jẹ́ the same a ti mọ̀ báwọn òyìnbó ló kó wa papọ̀ àmọ́ ká lagi mọ́ àwọn politician wa lórí àwọn Yorùbá politician ní problem wa kò ń ṣe Fúlàní kankan nígbà tá a bá ti sọ fáwọn Yorùbá politician pé a ní ṣe election nítorí pé election yẹn ẹ fẹ́ fi hold the bondage wa ẹ mọ iye tí Yayi tó donate ní last year ẹ mọ àwọn mọ́tò tó rà ẹ wọ ọ̀kadà tó rà gbogbo àwọn kan tó rà fún yín nísìn ìjẹ́wọ́ ṣe títì àwọn ọ̀kadà tó kó lẹ́yìn lọ́wọ́ àwọn agbèrò náà kọ́ ló ń gbà ní junction to junction ní Àlìmọ́ṣọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbé l'Àlìmọ́ṣọ́ mo kí yín ẹ kú rọ̀jú. But today everybody is saying no ẹ jẹ́ ká lo diplomacy lọ́yà jagbajagba kan wà yẹn wà l'Amẹ́ríkà ó ní àwọn máa lo legal means ṣé legal means ni àwọn South Korea fi gba ara wọn kúrò ìbéèrè ni o mo kí n Pastor Mo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé lótìtọ́ inú wa ò dùn síbí kan ṣe ń lọ but ẹ má expect àwọn ọmọ South Korea yìí kó wá sí Nàìjíríà kó wá bá yín jà ìjọ lè jà ni pé ìjà tó lè bá yín jà ni pé tí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì bá ti ń pa yín ó ti di dandan pé káwọn bá wa take up nítorí àwọn ní fast internet àwọn àwa bá wa ṣe trend lórí Twitter wọ́n á máa connect mọ́ gbogbo oríṣiríṣi then wọ́n máa rán àwọn team wa then in tó bá mo sọ fún pé until tí UN bá ní security council meeting lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ní wọ́n dẹ̀ máa ní because táwa bá tẹ̀ sọ pé àwọn ò ní fa wàhálà ní òkè ọya lọ́hùn àwọn Biafra wọ́n ti ready láti trigger anything and they are not interested in what the Western world is going to say. So eventually, nǹkan ṣe. So but táwọn bá wá fa wàhálà, táwa náà fa wàhálà, then that means pé àwa sọ fáwọn pé àwa náà ti di coward o but ẹ máa kàn pariwo lórí social media ni o, àwọn ò fẹ́ dá wàhálà lẹ́ o. Because whether they like it or not, the Biafra are serious about no vote in Biafra land. So as we are just about time kini mi lórí eléyìí mo wò mo lágo because agbo ẹ máa confuse me. So I only have 25 minutes to end this presentation. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí ìyá mi Florence wọ́n ní they should go and ask Onitiri the way forward. Mad people everywhere. Ẹ ní láti accept the views mi but at least èmi fún yín ní evidence pé in tó mú South Korea máa gbádùn lẹ́nu tó fi di pé àwọn the fastest ẹja lọ́wọ́ ẹja fọ̀rọ̀ protest wọ̀nyí sílẹ̀ South Korea ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ́wọ́ internet South Korea ìlú ńlá internet speed kí ni internet speed wọn according to the internet speed measuring the site speed test on Tuesday Korea's average broadband download speed was 171.12 megabit ẹ jẹ́ kí n wo ti tọ̀dọ̀ tèmi ìyẹn ti UK speed internet speed ẹ jẹ́ kí n wo tọ̀dọ̀ tèmi mo ń bọ̀ ó ń ṣe lẹ́yìn màá sọ tí tọ̀dọ̀ tèmi fún yín ká lè fi wo UK àti South Korea à ń sọ fún yín pé àníṣe we are backwards ó ti ń ṣe tọ̀dọ̀ tèmi náà ó ń bọ̀ ó kù díẹ̀ mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí once again my name is Olayomi Koiki of koikimedia mo kí bàbá wa Salao mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní òkè ọya ní north ẹ ní láti wálé ẹ lè jókòó sọ̀hún as long as tẹ́ bá ti save kékeré ní ìtókù torí gbà tẹ́ bá wálé lẹ máa sọ fún wa nísìnyí pé àwa la ní kẹta gbogbo okay internet speed tèmi ṣé kí n sọ fún yín download speed mi ní inú ilé mi báyìí is 61.5 ẹ wo ti South Korea download speed tọ̀dọ̀ tèmi is 61.54 whereas download speed ti South Korea is 2 times is almost 2 times yes 2 times náà ni because taba divide 170 be divided by 60 at least 120 ní méjì ó dẹ̀ máa kù 40 so almost 2 times faster kí ló mean by download pé ìtàn lò lórí internet upload lélẹ̀ tí mò ń ṣe because mo upload ni ká lè kọ́ra wa díẹ̀ so tí mo ṣe nísìnyí mo upload padà tí bá download òun nìkan tó ń wá sísàlẹ̀ downloading eléyìí tí mò ń stream wá sókè nísìnyí uploading ẹ rí i pé wọ́n máa ń pè é ráńpẹ́ crude oil yẹn náà àwọn tó wà tó mọ̀ nípa petroleum wọ́n máa ń pè kíní kan upstream and downstream so I'm sure you understand what I'm trying to say there so why are we saying that àfẹ́ jẹ́ kó di wàhálà àfẹ́ jẹ́ kó di rògbòdìyàn àfẹ́ ṣe ní peaceful way ní Nigerian speed àwọn èèyàn bá fẹ́ wà láṣà ọ̀dà wọn ní ká lọ́wọ́ ti Nigeria speed test àwọn èèyàn ṣáà láìkì wà láṣà ọ̀dà in Nigeria the maximum speed on the expressway is not expressway bíi ti báwo internet yẹn Nigeria internet speed ni mo fẹ́ internet àwọn èèyàn dáṣà ọ̀dà. Nigeria mobile broadband internet speed. Nigeria ranked number 93 in the world for mobile speed and 145th for the fixed broadband speed. How fast is the internet in Nigeria? Kano 8.62 megabytes. Lagos 8.31. Upload. Oh my God. Okay, only download in Nigeria. Number 93 le rank in the world. Upload is 10.10 megabytes. While download is 21.54. Whereas ní South Korea, ìlú tí àwọn náà jà tó protest tí à ń sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan lọ níbo ni tọ̀dọ̀ ti South Korea yẹn wà àwọn owó lọ internet speed wọn ká compare sí South Korea is 171 megabytes per second as at and they are number 34 in the world. Alapole country wala ma move sí báyìí Yoruba nation náà la dey move sí my brother my namesake as we are winding down this program mo fẹ́ ká tún wo protest yẹn ẹ má máa sọ pé à ń bẹ̀rù wọ́n máa pa wá yes àgbàdúrà kan pa wá but in reality these things happen and what you are looking here is the outcome táwọn ọmọ yìí fi ń gbádùn lénìí àwọn girls mẹ́rin ìkànnì wọn péré ló ti marry àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta tó kù wọ́n sì wà single and they were able to travel to London on a very good visa passport rather not visa and it's gbogbo táwọn ọmọ ẹ fi gbádùn nísìn is less than 46 years ago according to àwọn tó bá wa fi comment sílẹ̀ nǹkan Rahim Abbas about 43 years láti 1983 títí di wákàtí about so àwọn ọmọ yìí generation of sacrifice fún wọn and 43 years later they are now enjoying their country but kó tó di pé wọ́n enjoy ẹ jẹ́ ká tún lọ wo fídíò ẹlẹ́ǹkan sí without no interruption enjoying South Korea so let's now look at the beautiful part of South Korea àti wo the bad part ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́ wa wo at least some part that is beautiful in terms of àti sọ̀rọ̀ nípa okay ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo fídíò internet wọn 5 reasons why South Korea has the fastest internet ẹ jẹ́ ká wo fídíò yìí.
5 reasons why South Korea has the fastest internet. According to internet monitoring firm Akamai, the country with the fastest internet speeds is currently South Korea. You might think that the US, having invented the internet, would have the fastest speeds, but that's not so. In fact, the average American's internet speed is almost half that of the average South Korean. Here are some possible reasons why South Korea's internet is world-leading. Number 1, competition and choice. In South Korea, there are multiple ISPs across the country that consumers can choose from. This creates competition, which in turn creates lower prices and improved services. In countries where there are one or two major internet providers with a monopoly, like Comcast in the US, BT in the UK, and Telstra in Australia, you end up with poor offerings as these conglomerates spend more time trying to preserve their status rather than improving their product. Number 2, population density. The small size of the country makes it easier for the government and industries to invest in cyber infrastructure. South Korea is one of the world's most densely populated countries, with more than 80% of people living in urban areas. In fact, with the exception of Hong Kong, no first world urban area has the density of high-rise condominium developments that are found in Seoul. Number 3, Korean culture. Korea is famous for its Bali lifestyle, which means hurry hurry in Korean. This fast-paced mentality permeates their work culture, helping to push competition between internet companies. This speediness not only applies to their internet connection speeds, but also their everyday necessities like public transport and even ordering a cup of coffee. Number 4, online gaming. Online competitive gaming is very popular in South Korea, and you would be hard-pressed to walk a few streets without stumbling upon a PC Bang, a shop fitted out with high-end computers where customers can play online multiplayer games. Without access to super-fast internet speeds, this gaming culture would not be as pervasive or popular. Number 5, government initiatives. In the 1990s, the South Korean government started a program called the Korean Information Infrastructure Project. This was a 10-year initiative to lay internet infrastructure between government buildings and later on throughout the country. Fast forward to today, and the vast majority of Koreans now have access to the internet.
So,
hey, what's going on, guys?
Education.
You want to have success online?
Let's go and look at their education. South Korea education, not farming. At wo farming láàárọ̀. Kakosare wo education wọn ká tó máa lọ. South Korea student education. Most interesting fact about the South Korea education. I hope this one is in English.
Have you ever thought of a country with highest literacy rates? If not, then let me
let's go and look at another one. The dark side of Korean education obsession.
High school life in South Korea.
7 a.m. Going to school. 8 to 12 a.m. Study. 12 to 1 p.m. Lunchtime. 1 to 5 p.m. Study. 5 to 6 p.m. Dinner. 6 to 10 p.m. Study. 10 p.m. Going back home.
High school life in South Korea.
7 a.m. Going to school. 8.
So that, I think, let's look at this.
미래와 관련된 거 볼 거고 3장 주제. Walking around Seoul, I've noticed fortune tellers dotted all over the city. Every time you pass one, you see young people intently listening to what their future holds for them. It is estimated that 4 in 10 South Korean adults have gone to see a fortune teller. So I've decided to follow suit to understand the issues young Koreans are seeking guidance on. Oh no! This does not bode well.
Bígbà tá a bá níyàn ló ń dífá, bígbà tá a bá ní àwa náà tradition tí wọ́n lélẹ̀, culture tí wọ́n ní, wọ́n hold on to it, wọ́n jẹ́ káwọn òyìnbó aláwọ̀ funfun kọ́ destroy ẹ̀mọ́ wọn lọ́wọ́.
당신이 타고난.
The card says that you were not born with much. So when it comes to money, you are supporting your parent or siblings. Ṣé rí pé kò sọ English, èdè ẹ̀ ló ń sọ. Ara problem táwa ní nílé nísìnyí yẹn, everybody ló fẹ́ sọ win English.
A lot of pressure. I think I will have to switch jobs if I want to do that. Seongnina is a tarot card reader and is just one of an estimated 500,000 fortune tellers and shamans across Korea. 혹시 결혼도 생각 있어요? 저는 결혼하는 거 지금은 관심 없어요. 그 남자친구 있어요? 네, 있어요. 그도 전혀 서두르지 않는다. 잘 만납니다. This goes well. Why do you think so many people are coming to you for advice? 나는 결혼을 할까? 언제 할까? 그거는
ṣẹ́rí gbogbo tí wọ́n bàjẹ́ mọ́ wọn lọ́wọ́
요즘에는
tí gbogbo ẹ̀ tó fi di ìlú játijàti. Let's leave that. How many more minutes? Boko tí mo ní just 10 minutes. Adema play you don see gbogbo. So mo kàn fẹ́ tún wo another sector. Let's go and say research. Research wà very very important because research nìyẹn máa fi mọ kí la tún fẹ́ ṣe. Korea and the tech nation, a double-edged sword, deciphering South Korea. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wò yẹn, ẹ jẹ́ ká wò eléyìí.
How's your homework been going?
Once again, mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ kan sí. Kákọ̀ to another bit 2 minutes.
South Korea is one of the most connected places on the planet. Here, nearly every household is online.
Every household is online.
Owns a smartphone.
Nearly every adult owns a smartphone. Ní Nàìjíríà nísìn, àwọn èèyàn ṣì ń lo tọ̀nà sọ́bẹ̀ tó máa lọ cháàjì lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́lé ìyáálé kejì títí dàárọ̀ ọjọ́ kejì. Mad country. Ìyẹn ní Nnamdi Kanu ṣe pé for 62 years we couldn't provide electricity for our people.
Even the takeaway chicken.
Ní ìmọ̀ ẹ̀wọ̀n. Robot chicken.
But I think it's a good example of untapped technology. A national effort to reshape the Korean economy around a concept called untapped is underway. It's a vision for a future society that requires little or no human contact. One that's run by apps, algorithms, and automation.
Algorithms tó sọ nísìn òun ni a fi ní problem tábà ní àwọn èèyàn tó wò wá because what is algorithms and automation. Ìjà àwọn ibi tí ìran Yorùbá opportunity ta fi mú wá ẹ̀ṣẹ̀gun ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ṣẹ́gun ọ̀nà. We're just 8 minutes to the end of the program. So ṣẹ́rí gbogbo kìíní is just to inspire us to say that a lè give up. No going back ni tó bá fẹ́ dìjà ẹ jẹ́ kó dìjà ẹ jẹ́ ká jàjà yẹn nísìnyí ká lè bọ́ kúrò lóko ẹrú because imagine ẹ má bínú pé mo tútù data about a little bit tá bá jàjà yẹn tán nísìn in another 20 years I will still be able to enjoy Yoruba nation in another 30 years we will still be able to enjoy Yoruba nation but tá bá ní ká máa sá fún ìjà yẹn ìjọ wo gan la fẹ́ wá di ẹrú sábẹ́ àwọn Fúlàní àtàwọn Yorùbá politician.
An ode to this not-too-distant future is encapsulated at the T-UM, a museum designed to envisage our lives in 2051.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n, ó ti sọ̀rọ̀ nípa 2051.
특히 그 예전에는 20세기에는 미래를 생각할 때
gbogbo tó dẹ̀ mú kíní jáde kò ju pé research.
중심으로 생각을
I do not own the copyright. I can't enjoy it.
날아다니는 자동차
Flying cars, mọ́tò tó máa fò lókè.
묘사하는 영화 같은 것들이 많이 있었죠. 근데 21세기로 넘어.
àwọn lè ti sọ̀rọ̀ future àwọn sì ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé àròwó gbà nínú POS. Can you imagine?
중심으로 바뀌었죠.
Backward country.
In this contactless future, hospitals will be equipped with hyper-developed artificial intelligence to prioritize remote care.
An AI doctor is diagnosing the patient's condition.
Fracture has been detected on the left knee.
àwọn sì wà níbi pé àrò oúnjẹ jẹ àròwó gbà nínú machine ATM ò gbowó jáde. mo gbọ́dọ̀ má dénú ìlágbára Ọlọ́run mo gbọ́dọ̀ dénú.
Now
they are planning for 2051. Yeah, what a country.
Parents proud, grabbing it. Can I tell my mom I've become a doctor? Years of medical school, just like in a few minutes. Are we ready to enter a brave new world? Or has that dystopian vision already arrived? I'm Joy Lee. I'm a journalist from the U.S. and I'm in South Korea.
Journalist from U.S.
With my limited Korean to reconnect with the motherland.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tó sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ níjọ́ wo lèmi náà máa sọ pé Koiki Media kí n padà lọ sí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kí n lọ reconnect with the motherland ibi tí mo tẹ̀ wò dé ìtẹ̀ ó ti fún mi lọ́nà that spirit. Ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tí journalist yìí sọ Amẹ́ríkà ni but ó ní òun padà lọ sílé láti lọ reconnect pẹ̀lú motherland. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà ní UK nísìnyí wọ́n ń jẹ tọ̀ìtọ̀ì wọ́n ń jẹ KFC ó bá dijọ́ Friday nísìnyí wọ́n lọ gbọ́ atawẹ́wẹ́ àbáta píọ̀píọ̀ àwa ní bí apalọ kan àmọ́ mo gúdà Nàìjíríà ọdọ ọmọ Koiki yẹn ó bá máa sọ̀rọ̀ lẹpàjàgbá ẹ má dá ọmọ ẹlòmíràn àti gbowó kọkọ fi dá gbọ ẹlú ni wọn dẹ̀ lọ́lé gbogbo wọn tó bá máa fi dọ̀ another 30 years nísìn wọn ti máa gbó sílùú yìí ẹ imagine ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ṣẹ́gun ọ̀nà ìdí máa lọ ó ti rẹ bọ́dì díẹ̀ èmi ní kẹ́ máa bú o èèyàn kan ló kúrò lamẹ́ríkà ó lọ reconnect pẹ̀lú motherland a tún máa play video níjọ́ mi ìwọ náà lè lọ sórí YouTube gbogbo ẹ̀ ló wà lórí YouTube tí ìbá ṣe tán ní sí ìmọ̀ lọ tún wọ dáadáa fúnra mi so gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa tí ẹ̀ ń bá wa ká lọ láti àárọ̀ ẹ má ẹ̀ kí a wà discourage ẹ ṣe gan-an Àkànjí Ọládàpọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká jàjà ilé lẹ́nìsìn ọmọ 40 years ní ní or 40 kí ló ń pè ní 40 ní èdè Yorùbá ẹ bá mi sáré kọ síbẹ̀ kí n lè pè síta tá bá jà yìí nísìn in another 20 years ọmọ tó bá bí ní 20 years from now nílẹ̀ Yorùbá akọ ó máa wà láì 40 ẹ ṣe gan ni Mr. John ẹ rí pé Yorùbá mi ti ń da 40 so tó bá tẹ́ pé tó bá sọ pé 44 á jẹ́ 40 kìíní kan ló máa jẹ́ àbí ẹ imagine ẹ ṣe gan ni dáhùn sí pé àwọn èèyàn sùn lórí program àwọn èèyàn wà live pẹ̀lú mi ẹ mọ̀ tíyàn bá ń wo àwọn videos yẹn I mean it's sad níbi táwa wà nísìn ó wà painful gan ẹ já wo fídíò yìí ká fi compare sí gbogbo ta tí mo là tẹ̀.
wọ́n lọ Nàìjíríà lọ sunkún ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ gbọ́ Nàìjíríà tó fẹ́ níbi education tó fẹ́ níbi health infrastructure wọ́n fẹ́ ní nǹkan náà fẹ́ ní ẹwà náà fẹ́ ní gbọ́dọ̀ sunkún yẹn lọ́dọ̀ nígbà yìí. wọ́n kọ́ ọ̀pọ̀ tí a gbà tó wọlé ní gbogbo rí. àfàkọ́ mi náà wá sí ọ wọ́n náà wọ́n wà lálẹ́ lórí ìlú wọ́n sì dánú wọn.
ṣe gbọ́ kan táfà ń sọ. ṣe gbọ́ kan táfà ń sọ. ṣé àfà yẹn parọ́ ẹ fẹ́ẹ̀lì níbẹ̀ everything kò sí education kò sí anything kò sí pa kò lè róògùn lọ́sítítì kò síná kò sómi wọ́n gbóná ọ̀rọ̀ lọ eruku para àdúgbò tán and that is where people want us to love and appreciate. Is it not painful? Ẹ wo àwọn videos tá a fọra wò yẹn ní South Korea gbogbo South Korea tá a máa ń sọ pé wàhálà bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ́n pa àwọn èèyàn nù wọ́n ní 1980s but ẹ wo the next generation ẹ wo gbádùn tán gbádùn ẹ jẹ́ gbé picture àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi because àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi ni wọ́n ní sìn kàkà bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn tọ̀dọ̀ tiwa ikú ló fi ń lé wa ìtàn sọ yìí wọ́n láìkẹ̀ ó ń bí wọn nú ó ń ní wọn lára gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ìtẹ́ ń wò nísìn gbogbo tó fi ń gbádùn ayé nísìn 1980 làwọn kan sacrifice ẹ̀jẹ̀ ta sílẹ̀ lóòótọ́ because wèrè ní military gbogbo àgbáyé ni ọlọ́run ló mọ ara abẹ́rẹ́ tó máa ń fún wọn yàtọ̀ sáwọn ti UK ní òtí ní military UK tó ń yìnbọn fún yàn bí a ó ti wá ṣẹlẹ̀ rí tí mo ti ka history yẹn àwọn ọlọ́pàá máa ń pààyàn náà nílùú yìí. Àti exchange Instagram àkọ́ máa bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ náà ní background mi ìyá mi àmánà mà ṣe àwa wá wà káàkiri àgbáyé bá ṣe ń nùtọ̀ là ń fọ̀gbẹ́ à ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní private sector àwọn kan ní good business nílùú yìí tó ń paṣu gidi fún wọn tó ọ̀dẹ̀ fi dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation tàbá ní kó dáwó sí central account wọn náà ìtẹ́ máa kówó jẹ ṣáwa wá kówó jẹ bí àwọn politician ṣerú owó táwa ní látijọ́ ta ti ń dáwó Yorùbá nation ṣerú owó yẹn náà ni Yayi ní ẹ mọ iye owó tó wà lọ́wọ́ Yayi ṣe mọ irú owó tó wà lọ́wọ́ Yayi ẹ mọ irú owó tó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ billions àwọn mọ gbogbo bíi tí sector owó wà as a senator wọ́n mọ bó ṣe ń cut the commission fáwọn náà all they need is just 0.0%. That's all. Èmi owó yẹn wọ́n ní sẹ́ndẹ̀ sáka àwọn náà ti gbọ́n nísìnyí wọ́n ní bó ṣe máa ṣe owó yẹn tó máa kúrò ní Nàìjíríà gbogbo wọn lọ ti ní citizenship ìlú mi ṣé mo pé mo pàdé bọ̀bọ̀ kan lánàá ní Tottenham ó sọ fún máa ṣe research lé lórí tí máa gbé wá sórí program ó ní kí n lọ check ẹ̀ tó bá ní £1 million UK máa fún ẹ ní resident irú ètò mi struggle fún resident mi tó bá yẹ pé mo ní £1 million owó tí mo jí ní Nàìjíríà automatically you get a resident status wàá kọ́ invest owó yẹn sínú ó dà pé bàbá yẹn nínú stock market òyìnbó ni o nígbà tí mo ń ṣe gbogbo kí ni wàá bá mi ó mọ̀ nípa àwọn Biafra bọ̀ kò mọ̀ nípa àwa Yorùbá nation nígbà tí fún 3 minutes mo fún ní breakdown ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ìlú ti ṣe jàǹbá ok àwọn kan náà agree pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí mo ń sọ ìyá mi Florence àtẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ṣẹ́gun ọ̀nà investor visa ló ń pè a máa ṣe program yóò tó ṣe ó ti rẹ̀ mí nísìn mo ní láti lọ nísìn a ṣe ó lè jẹ́ lọ́la lágbára Ọlọ́run kọ́ lọ́n sọ ọ̀dọ̀la tó bá ní so ṣé wàá rò pé àwọn politician yóò ní £1 million ni £1 million a chicken chain to them àwọn ṣé bọ̀bọ̀ máa nǹkan kan ló fún girlfriend àbí ìyàwó ẹ̀ fún ní $100,000 níbo lọ ti rí àwọn owó yìí app wo lọ create production wo lọ create tó fi ní àwọn owó tó tó yìí tó bá ń ṣe pé inú Nàìjíríà náà wọ́n ní same thing náà lamẹ́ríkà ẹ ṣe gan ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Babátúndé Moshood but níbo lèmi ti fẹ́ wá rí ẹ ṣe ìyá mi níbo lèmi ti fẹ́ rí £1 million ìyẹn ló ṣe jẹ́ kọ́ fíìmù ní ọ̀dẹ̀dẹ̀ fíìmù ní ìwé ìyẹn ìgbà tẹ́mi ò ṣe politics Nàìjíríà tí mo kówó wá sí bíbá tó bá yẹ pé mi náà tó bá yẹ pé mo jí owó bíi márùn dínkù a kó wá sí bíbá lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ ló máa fún mi ní resident tí máa dẹ̀ ra lé sí Chelsea tí máa ní kọ́ bá mi invest £1 million sínú stock bond wọn àbí wọ́n ní visa this investor visa lọ́nà pé ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ṣẹ́gun ọ̀nà but we can do this together it is not too late. Èyí tẹ́ ẹ ní ẹ̀bọ̀ election tí ń súnmọ́ kí ni way forward gbogbo way forward náà láti fi síwájú wa ẹ̀ but in tẹ́ ẹ dúró dè ní pé bí ẹ ṣe ń dúró kí Koiki sọ̀kalẹ̀ wá sísàlẹ̀ kémi wá sí Nàìjíríà bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa ń sọ kò ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní àwọn kan máa ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé ìwọ náà kó family ẹ máa bọ̀ ká wá lead tó bá ti wá wá yẹn àwa náà ṣe kankan imagine Gbajabiamila okay ọtí deleted Nigerian politicians still have billions of old naira notes ó máa bàjẹ́ mọ́ wọn lọ́wọ́ ni a ní Fúlàní ògbọ́n ẹ̀wọ̀n tí Fúlàní fojú gbogbo wa rí nísìn ó pa owó yẹn rẹ́ bá wèrè ní Buhari dead or alive ó ní kó lọ change owó yẹn ó wá mú the bigger domination tó wà náà 1,000 naira because kò sí bó ṣe fẹ́ lówó Nàìjíríà ó gbọ́dọ̀ ná 1,000 naira ó ní kó change 1,000 naira ó ní kó change 500 naira ṣé 200 naira lè máa fáwọn kan ó ní kó change mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta àwa wá sọ pé Fúlàní àwa máa wá jókòó ní àwa Yorùbá la gbọ́n jù agbọ́n lóòótọ́ but a gbọ́dọ̀ tètè lu ọgbọ́n yẹn nísìn kó má wà too late àwọn politicians wa gangan ni problem wa but tí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó o bá fẹ́ gbọ́n tá à ń sọ tẹ́ ẹ ní Koiki kó family ìwọ náà kó àwọn ọmọ àtìyàwó ẹ ìyàwó gbogbo ìyàwó tó náà níyẹn ẹ máa bọ̀ ní Nàìjíríà kábíyèsí Elédùmarè ẹ jẹ́ mo yóò yà ẹ jẹ́ mo yóò yà máa ń dàpara mi nínú ilé mi balẹ̀ nǹkankan tí bá fẹ́ tíìzì ìyàwó mi màá ní mò ń mú kan náà àwọn ọmọ ìyájọ́ lọ Nàìjíríà ni àwọn ọmọ ìyá ọ̀dẹ̀dá kọ̀ọ̀kan mọ̀ ìmí ìdílé àwọn kéékèèké tó wà láàrin wọn and yeah daddy yeah we going together ìyàwó ní Nàìjíríà wò mo ní àwọn ọlọ́mọ ajẹ́ bodyguard ní ti bá dé airport. Latest news from TVC: old money will be deposited after the deadline. Okay. Tí wàá fẹ́ stress ẹ̀ lẹ́gbàá mi máa ní mo lọ Nàìjíríà bọ̀ tí máa mú kan náà ọmọ ẹ̀ dání máa fi ṣe hand luggage mi. Àbí májà ti sálẹ̀ tí bá dé mọ̀kànlí láǹtí Àbújá ni màá láǹtí Murtala Muhammed airport tí bá dé airport bí èmi àtàwọn ọmọ ọlọ́jọ́ máa kó lọ sí inú custody ni à ń mọ̀ nígbà yẹn ariwo àtàbí ìyàwó ìwà nínú kò sí nǹkan tó jọ àwọn ọmọ yẹn náà àwọn yẹn máa ń dùn ní yeah we're going together yeah we're going fáwọn kí làwọn dá mọ̀ àwùrọ̀ àwọn àgbàlagbà ní sì ti bá sọ no àwọn yẹn bá sọ pé no lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ because àwọn yẹn mọ orújà tí mò ń jà but ẹ mọ̀ fáwọn ọmọ kéékèèké àwọn ọmọ tẹ máa ń mọ̀ lúwa tẹ máa ń gbọ́ tó máa ń kí àtàjọ máa ń kí àǹtẹ̀mù yẹn. So as we leave you in the hands of Elédùmarè mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo yín ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ń lé I know it's costing a lot of money to be watching us outside Nigeria. Ìyá Oòduà mo rí ẹ̀ka àbọ̀ sórí ètò but kò gbọ́dọ̀ sí wa kò dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀ wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ọmọ Oòduà will start crying from the airport when NEPA off the light. Yìí ti tẹ̀lé bá kọ́ bò wọ́n. Tó bá tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ìlú tó dáa ibi yìí ti wà ní Dubai àwọn kan dẹ̀ ń gbé níbẹ̀ air condition lọ́kọ̀ àwọn arọ́ mi. So ẹ jẹ́ ká play anthem àtọ́mọ lọ láàárọ̀ ẹ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa. Òmìnira Yorùbá tí wọ́n fi mix mọ́ Yorùbá nation ẹ sọ fún wọn pé Yorùbá nation làwọn gbé dání táwọn bá sọ pé òmìnira ló gbé dání that is fine no problem kan yanjú ẹ̀ káwa náà kó ló kálukú yanjú tiẹ̀ but instruction àti leader tiwa tí a gbà fún tá a dúró fún tá a ṣe iyèméjì òun ni bàbá wa Professor Adébánjí Akíntóyè Emeritus adẹ̀gbà fún gbogbo àwọn tó kù náà láti bàbá wa Wálé Adéníran bàbá wa Yílóge àgbà fún think tank Yorùbá Force Yorùbá Clubhouse Ìlànà Ọmọ Oòduà US Ìlànà Ọmọ Oòduà UK àgbà fún bàbá wa Ìbà Gani Adams lógun ọ̀fẹ́ àgbà fún Yorùbá One Voice but àwọn tó bá wá sọ pé àwọn mọ̀ ṣe ẹ jẹ́ kó máa ṣe lọ àbára wájà ìkọ̀kan náà kọ́ la gbé dání kò dẹ̀ sí bá ṣe fẹ́ gbà fún wọn that's the fact orúkọ tèmi ní Olayomi Koiki tọ́rọ̀ mi bá ń bí ẹnu bàbá Táíwò Victor Táíwò ìyẹn làwọn àwọn yẹn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ jọ́nì yẹn ti pẹ́ George Akínọlá agbọ́dọ̀ kárí àwọn èèyàn lọ́rùn òun sáwọn máa dàrú tó dé láàrin ọ̀nà tó da gbogbo ìrìn àjò.
Ọmọ Oòduà. Ọ̀gá Fúlàní. ọ̀gá Fúlàní ló jẹ́ o. Yorùbá nation yìí ti gbogbo wa ni. Kó má gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́. Torí kò sílùú mìíràn.
Life is so funny. You come with nothing, then fight for everything, and later leave everything and go back with empty hand. God is powerful.
Ojo gate. Kòjọ gàté Yorùbá nation ṣe bí eré ó kéde ara rẹ̀ Yorùbá nation rèé o ó dúró nàtán Yorùbá nation ó dúró gédégbé làwáwà ó dúró gbáǹkéké ó dúró gbáǹkọ́gbè bí ọ̀pá ọ̀ranyàn káàkiri nílẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà ìlú tí a tẹ̀dó sí orókè Oòduà onílẹ̀ Yorùbá kò lè farasin Yorùbá nation ti dúró nàtán fáyé rí ní USA ló bá tán ẹgbẹ́ ìlànà Oòduà lábẹ́ olùdarí ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n àgbà Bánjí Akíntóyè ẹ̀ka ti USA lábẹ́ ìṣàkóso Barrister Adékúnjọ ń ló gbé akéde Yorùbá nation yìí kalẹ̀ kàǹkà àgbájọ ọwọ́ là fi sọ̀yà o àjèjì ọwọ́ kan ò gbẹ́rù lórí kárìn kápọ̀ yíyẹni gbogbo ọmọ Oòduà nílẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà àti lágbàáyé ńlá pè láti darapọ̀ mẹ́gbẹ́ wa yìí ní www.ilanausa.org tàbí kí ẹ pè wá sí 202-210-3251 Yorùbá nation kéde ara rẹ̀ fáyé rí ojú tẹlẹ́gàn.